And welcome back to the Giant Center. I'm Gary Sutton as we get a pre-game before the girls 6A championship here tonight. We've got Joe Gilloway, who is the sports director at the Linglestown Gazette. Joe, great to have you aboard tonight.
Gary. Great to be here.
Great to be a championship time of the year. You got two teams that have dominated the 6A classification for the last 7 years. In fact, 7 out of the last 8 we've had a champion, either Central Dauphin or Cumberland Valley. Talk a little bit about this game coming up here tonight.
Well, like you said, nobody else has won a big school girls District 3 championship except one of these two teams for the last 7 years. So now it'll be 8, of course. And something that's kind of neat about what happened here in the last handful of days is that this game could have very, very easily been Cedar Cliff versus Dallastown.
Absolutely.
They didn't barnstorm. Either of these teams didn't barnstorm their way into this game tonight.
Well, and Red Lion had something to say about it, too. This Cumberland Valley team's been the comeback crew. They were down by 16 to Red Lion. They were down by 18 to Dallastown. They fought their way back here. That's not the way Cumberland Valley's done over the years. They've usually been the front runner. They're the defending champ tonight. For Central Dauphin, though, they've got to feel a little bit of steam coming in here tonight, knocking off Cedar Cliff, and then, of course, with that great shot, and then, of course, winning by 20 over this Cumberland Valley team last time they faced them. That's something to have under your belt a little bit coming to this ball game tonight.
I kind of think both of those situations could be the kiss of death for Central Dauphin. It's tough to recover emotionally for the high that they felt after that game. And I know that I talked to Coach Randy Gambalungi, and he wasn't able to get a whole lot generated the next day at practice.
Yeah.
Now, that was Tuesday. I'm sure last night he got something accomplished. But he said, you know, the girls were so high after that game, and he kind of let them enjoy it, you know. They practiced, but they didn't practice a whole lot. And then beating a Cumberland Valley team, a team coached by Bill Wolf, by 20 about a month or so ago, you want to kind of put that in the rearview mirror if you're Central Dauphin.
After getting dubbed 30-28 earlier in the season, too.
Right.
What do you look at as the keys to this game here tonight, Joe, as you're looking at it?
Well, the first one's pretty simple. You got to keep Jill Jaycott to 20 points, give or take. You don't want her to just go crazy on you.
Right.
And I think the key player in this entire game is Central Dauphin point guard Marley Dickerson. And for her to just be a point guard, she doesn't have to score. She's their top defensive player, so she'll probably be on Jaycott most of the game. And just play quarterback. You know, just play. You're a coach. You know what a good point guard does, and they quarterback the offense. That's what they need out of her tonight.
Joe, what's the character of this Central Dauphin team coming in tonight?
They haven't had a lot of highs, I can tell you that. You know, for being 19-4, I think they are. They won the Commonwealth with a 13-1 record. I don't think they felt that they've gotten on any kind of real momentum the whole season. And they just lost 2 games to Cedar Cliff prior to the big win the other night. And neither of us mentioned that was a shot by Megan Cavoli with no time left on the clock.
Shot heard around the state.
From just about the spot that's right in front of us. I mean, it was just about half court. So, I mean, certainly that was a really high point in the season. It had to be. But other than that, they didn't have a whole lot of that all season. They just kind of grinded and grinded.
And, of course, Cumberland Valley, we've talked about them, the comeback kids. We know a little bit about them. Joe, great having you courtside with us here to start tonight.
Thank you.
Enjoy the game, and thanks for all you do.
A lot of fun.
And read Joe at sports over at the Linglestown Gazette. Joe, thanks so much.
You and Jeff do a wonderful job. I listen to you and watch you all the time.
Thank you, buddy. Really appreciate it.
Have a great game.
We'll take a break, and let's get started here for the girls' district championship game for 6A. And March Madness in high school basketball has started for real. It's March, and that means we're at the Giant Center, and it's time for High School Sports Live to present the district championships here at the Giant Center in Hershey Park in Pennsylvania. It is our first game of the two tonight. Cumberland Valley Lady Eagles led by Bill Wolf versus the Central Dauphin Lady Rams led by Randy Gamalungi for the 6A Girls Championship. And the nightcap will be the undefeated Lampeter-Strasburg boys versus the high-flying and explosive Shippensburg boys basketball team. Tonight's live broadcast is made possible by our premier sponsor, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, Enterprise Rent-A-Car, Hoffman Ford, and Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. I'm Gary Sutton alongside the coaches Jeff Thompson and Pat Flannery. Pat Flannery, of course, the former head coach at Lebanon Valley College, national champions in 1995, 2005, 2006, beat Kansas, and then Arkansas the next year. And of course, Jeff Thompson, who's coach, had a team in the state championship with the Trinity girls years ago. I'm Gary Sutton. We're glad to be joining you tonight here from the Giant Center. And this first game tonight, two teams that have dominated this bracket for the last 7 years, Central Dauphin and Cumberland Valley. They seem to take turns. Cumberland Valley, the defending champion in this one tonight, Jeff, coming to this game. But they're kind of a little bit of the underdog, especially if you look at the last score against Central Dauphin. They lost by 20. But they come in with a young lady from a long line of Jaycotts, Jill Jaycott. She's our Commonwealth Charter player to watch tonight. Talk about her a little bit in this team.
Well, number 22, Jillian Jaycott. She's a 6-foot sophomore guard, attracting a lot of college attention right now because she can do a lot of things. She can shoot from three, and a lot of people have compared her to her oldest sister, Kelly, and at this point they're about even. It'll be interesting to see how she does against Central Dauphin and the athletes they can throw at her defensively. But to get to this point, you have to have a good team, and as you said, they came back very well in a couple games. She's got some help inside. Deja Hill is a jumping jack rebounder. She's got some shooters, Sienna Mans, Katie Bear on the inside, and Lexi Cole.
Comeback hit so far against Redline and Dallastown. They're down by 16 and 18 points. They came back in this one. On the other side, Pat, we've got the OSS Health player to watch. Caroline Shirey wearing number 11 tonight for this Central Dauphin team that's really, really good.
Yeah, and Caroline Shirey is a young lady that can go inside. She can step out. She's really the heart and soul. She's a tremendous passer. And you talk about the group as a team. Can't say anything without mentioning the Cavoli young lady who put in that three to end it. Everybody in the state's talking about it. And they came back with a couple games now. They've come back 8 down, 10 down. So they've been in the wars before, and they're not going away. So this is going to be a heck of a game tonight.
Yep, it's going to be a great game here this evening. We're at the Giant Center. 19-4 is Central Dauphin. 20-4 is Cumberland Valley. And guess what? They're both 0-0 right now. They're going for a championship here tonight, the district championship of Girls 6A. And it's all here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.3. Back to courtside. We're ready to start this one tonight. Mike Kuhn, Joe Hermes, and Joe Bleacher are your officials tonight. It's Central Dauphin and Cumberland Valley for the girls 6A district championship. Pat Flannery, Jeff Thompson with me, and Central Dauphin controls the tap, Pat.
Well, you have quite a matchup in the sense that these kids, again, in district know each other. They know what they're up against here. They're going to have to really do a job inside Cumberland Valley to come away here tonight.
Central Dauphin won the first matchup this year 30-28 over at Cumberland Valley did 30-28. Central Dauphin the second matchup on the 8th of February 44-24. But none of that matters right now. It just matters of what's going on here tonight. Is a missed hook shot here. Ball batted around, controlled by Cumberland Valley. They've been the comeback kids so far during this tournament. Last two games were down by 16 and 18 points to Red Lion and Dallastown. But here they are in the district championship, a place that they are used to being, and they are the defending champions.
Well, you're going to see contrast in some of the zone looks that they're going to try to keep shooters at bay. Vice versa, Cumberland Valley's got to have to get some easy baskets here because this is a good size Central club, and they're inside and out. They got good size all the way around.
Battle of the bigs inside tonight here with Shirey in there against Deja Hill. You got a good look from downtown here. Not going to go. Rebound taken down there by number 13, Alexis Bowie. A lot of early nerves here so far. Ball being thrown away, and Cumberland Valley will control it. Jeff, when you talk about Bowie, she's got a good lineage, doesn't she, in terms of basketball?
She sure does, and everyone in the Harrisburg area knows that.
Here's a three, and knocking it down out of the gate here is number 22. Yes, Jill Jaycott with her opening three of the night. She averages 17.2 points a game.
What a talent. Just watching her during the course of the year shoot the basketball. Certainly has grown up with a ball in her hand. And she can make a lot of good things happen.
Shirey drawing a lot of attention with the double team down there. Keeps it high, gets it knocked away. Nice job of the knockaway there by Samantha Widnick. Make that number 25, Alexa Holcomb, rather. So Cumberland Valley back with the basketball. Good hands on defense there by Cavoli. Cavoli, who hit that unbelievable shot to beat Cedar Cliff by 3 the other night. Running one-hander, not going to go.
Beating Central to the basketball.
Another one, this one an air ball off the hands of Sienna Mans.
Going to have to stay pexy on the glass, this Cumberland Valley team, and try to stretch them and take Central's size away a little bit.
It's been Central, Dauphin, or Cumberland Valley controlling this classification the last 7 years. One of the two of them has always won the championship. Cumberland Valley with a 4-5 record in district championships. On the other side, Central Dauphin 7-4 in district championships coming in. So the foul is called here. Foul will be marked up against Deja Hill.
Been really impressive with these teams, Coach, with the aggressiveness, the smart aggressiveness by the young ladies in the mid-pen here in District 3. They really get after it. They know how to switch. They know how to play with each other. And there's
Marley Dickerson doing a nice job of getting the pick and roll there with Shirey, and then just kind of stepping away and creating a little 10-footer for herself.
It's amazing how well the ladies shoot the basketball. Their form, the balls just look like they're always going in.
3-2 right now, Cumberland Valley in the early going. 4:50 to go in the first quarter. Bill Wolf, Randy Gamberlungi, two of the best coaches you're going to find anywhere controlling these two clubs. Bill Wolf with a few state championships along the way. We have Cumberland Valley. And a couple of young ladies named Jay Cottis. We see a little running one-hander here by Natalie Parsons right down the middle. She has her first deuce, 5-2. Cumberland Valley leads.
I think that's the reason they're going to man-to-man, because she can shoot from the outside. She created one that time.
Well, UCLA cutting that a two-man game up here with Shirey. Shirey drawing lots of company. Doesn't matter. Shirey taking it on home for her first deuce of the night. Strong move in the post, Coach.
Just great position, right? Got her on the high side. They fed the ball. Don't underestimate these gals feeding it either. That ball has to be right on her hip to be able to go up with that.
There's a quick look. Not going to go off the hands of Holcomb. Rebounded by Cumberland Valley. Back outside. Cumberland Valley's ability to come back from big deficits has been amazing so far. As good hands in there. Deja Hill off her knee will go out of bounds and it will belong to Central Dauphin.
I don't think they start till the second half.
Well,
they went down 18-2 to Dallastown. I watched the game and it was amazing. Dallastown was controlling everything and then they just fought back.
well, watching them live and just seeing them here on the floor, they're so quick to the basketball. They got 5 young ladies. Everything that goes up, they get a hand on. So I'm sure they're a rebounding nightmare for people that don't box.
Double down screen there. Cavoli with a shot, not going to go off the front of the iron, and a foul called on the baseline.
Amelia Green got that foul, and she had a big game last time out for them. She's coming in with a lot of confidence.
So Green into the basketball game here. Foul's going to be called on Amelia Green. That's her first. Team second so far. Into the forecourt of the basketball comes Jill Jaycott. Into Hill. Hill gets double teamed, lets a wide open jumper at the foul line open, not going to go. Hill fighting for the rebound. Up it goes and blocked by Shirey.
They're not being bashful inside though, gang. They're taking it at him, taking him at Shirey and trying to create some problems for them in there.
Ball belongs to Central Dauphin here. Shirey inside again, looking for that two-man game. Two-girl game, we should say. Ooh, had a layup there if he kept on going, but instead stopped, popped, and putting it in is Amelia Green for her first deuce. Nice job.
Nice little dribble handoff on the side, come back to it. You're getting the ball going side to side. That's when they're effective.
Jaycott, 6 foot tall, handling the basketball. Has 46 threes in the season also. Missed running one-hander there on the layup. Cavoli comes out of there with the basketball. Cavoli pulls up. Brings it back out and resets. Marley Dickerson with the ball. Dickerson's solid point guard here. And here it is. That's Cavoli. Didn't get that one. Blocked from behind. Good block by Natalie Parsons. And the ball will go off Central Dauphin. Out of bounds. It'll belong to the Eagles.
So Marley Dickinson she's been assigned to Jaycott tonight, so she's going to be with her all night long. They're trying to pressure them up the floor, try to wear on them a little bit.
Megan Cavoli and Marley Dickerson are making history by being the first two girls to be in the starting lineup on a district championship soccer team and a district finals basketball team in the same year. Marley heading to Niagara University as a commit there. Running one-hander, again a block by Shirey. What a force she is in there. Blocking Sinai Hill. Pulling out again is Green. Into Shirey it goes, doubling back. Triple team. Shirey up with the left hand, not going to go. And we're going to get a foul again in the backcourt. This one's going to be, I believe, on Cavoli. That'll be her first.
Yeah, real good footwork by Caroline, certainly in there. Being able to go right shoulder, a little left jump hook. They don't double down on her, which they're doing. Good job of trying to keep her off that block.
That'll be the team's second now on Central Dauphin. And dribbling on the sideline, good defense, but dribbling on the sideline is Alexa Holcomb. So back it goes to the Rams. 6-5, Central Dauphin leads it here. As Cavoli will check out. And in for Cavoli for the first time, Kennedy Cooper. Sherry finds
nice
her girl opposite. Nice pass by Shirey, and found her girl opposite that time. That was Samantha Widnick. Make that Alexis Ferguson, rather.
Young lady's had some ACL problems, but come back. It's great to see her without any braces or anything on there.
Sinai Hill picks up the foul there. It'll be her first, team second.
Amazing.
As Ferguson, only a 33% free throw shooter, misses the first shot. Alexis Ferguson has had 2 ACL injuries in the last 2 years. So good to see her back on the floor here playing. Her second shot is up, and that one she'll rattle home. So Ferguson in the book, and 7-5, the Rams lead it here. As Sienna Mans working into the court, she's going to get fouled by a bunch of players here. Take your pick, Jeff.
That was very aggressive defensive play by Central Dauphin. They're playing good defense, both teams.
And for Central Dauphin, that's a big foul, because that's on Amelia Green. That'll be her second. It'll be the team third. As the ball will be brought in bounds here by Cumberland Valley, down by 2 with 1:18 to go here in the first quarter. Good double team to Hill. Looking to post inside. Watch the 3 seconds there. Jaycott coming across. Great move inside as you see a finish off there by Deja Hill.
They couldn't get there quick enough. What a great quick move to go up before the bigs could come over and contest.
Kind of gave her a chance to reset too. Back out front it comes. Picked off there by Cooper. Cooper trying to find a shot. Down to 40 seconds here in the first quarter. Tie game, 7-7. Girls District 3 6A championship. Here's Cavoli.
They sure like to see the ball in her hands.
Cavoli lets it go off the front of the iron. Taken down by Hill. Here comes Jaycott with it into the forecourt. 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Jaycott off to Deja Hill. Now they're going to let Jaycott maybe create something here.
It's been a good matchup out here. 6
seconds to go. Now you're looking for someone open. It's Holcomb over in the wing. Inside it comes, batted away. Clock ticks down, and that's going to be the first quarter. 7-7 at the end of the first quarter here in the girls' 6A 3A championship game. Hey, I want to tell you about Team PIAA tryouts for high school boys and girls. They're coming up. You can go to www.teampahoops.com to see the tryout times. And Advanced Hoops is offering a spring triple threat for kids 5 years old to high school level, a great alternative to AAU. a special middle school boys spring league for 8th and 9th grade boys. You can find out more. Go to www.advancedhoops.com. By the way, Greg Cavoli does a great job over there running advancedhoops.com with the Team PA Hoops part of it. And, of course, Charlie Fortney with advancedhoops.com. Guys, first quarter, 7-7. What's your take on it, Pat Flannery?
Well, I think starting out playing on this big floor, these kids want to be in Hershey. So there's always nerves. There's nerves for us being down here on the floor in Hershey. I mean, this is where you want to get to. I know up in my area they call it the Mecca, Martz Hall. Well, down here it's Hershey. So there's some of those nerves, but I thought they did a lot of things that they wanted to do. Both teams obviously well coached, as you mentioned, veterans, and they're out doing their thing. So this is where you'd expect to be right now.
Rebounding first quarter, 8 rebounds to 5 for CV. Turnovers, 5 for CV, 2 for Central Dauphin so far, so you want to see those cut down a little bit if you're Bill Wolf. We start the second quarter here in the girls' 6A championship game right here in District 3, the heart of District 3 here in Hershey. What better place to be than Giants Center on a Thursday night playing basketball, huh?
Doesn't get any better.
I've got to say 5 seconds. Got playing out there a little bit too much with it was Sienna Mans, and she got nailed. Good defense by Cumberland Valley. Jeff, your thoughts about the first quarter?
Well, it was pretty even in a lot of respects, and Jillian only got one shot and she hit it. I'd like to see her hoist the ball up a little bit more. But number one, Marley Dickinson's doing a fine job defensively.
Yeah, I think you really have to get Jay Cott involved more somehow. You're exactly right. Great observation. Central Dauphin reversing the basketball, stretching the defense. Marley Dickinson, it's like the way she plays, very smooth. And what'd they get her on there? I wasn't sure of the call.
5 seconds.
Yeah, 5 seconds, yeah.
You mentioned Jillian getting a shot. This Dickinson, I'm not sure I'd want her chasing me around. She's long, she's athletic, and she's really competitive. So this is going to be quite a matchup.
Here's Shireen Green back into the game now for Central Dauphin. Nice to get some of your subs some early playing time on the Giant court because you want to get used to kind of the atmosphere, don't you?
Yeah, get a little relax a little bit. I'd like to see them do a little more high ball screen for this Jaycott. She can create her own shot, but this girl's quickness.
Yeah, she created it right there. Look at Jaycott just knocking down the deuce, just as you were saying that she created her own shot, and she did.
Yes, she did.
What a step back.
But I think it's a great point you make, Pat, to try to get her open a little bit more, maybe some screening.
Yeah, give somebody something to think about besides.
In it goes to Shirey. Shirey keeps it so high between she and Bowie. What a nice high-low combination that is. Long kick over to Marley Dickerson. Dickerson coming off that screen, trying to drop Shirey in low. Tough angle there on the pass, and you're going to get a walk called. That's really a tough angle. She was down below the block that time and really nowhere to go with it.
Yeah, they're fighting them, doing a great job, Cumberland Valley, but obviously they've seen them before. And when you've seen that kind of size and you've played against it, if you haven't, it's an eye-opener. So they've done a good job, and they've obviously been ready for it. Now they're denying ball.
Really doing a great job. Look at Cavoli on the defense here. Cavoli says, I'll help you out here, ref, but she's not going to have the stripes on tonight.
Boy, they have some fine athletes out front playing defense. It looks like a soccer. That's soccer.
Well, it's funny you say soccer. I understand some of these young ladies are really good soccer players, and you can see the minute the ball goes out, they start doing that pointing that they do in soccer.
Saw Cavoli and Dickerson to start out with. They're great soccer players. Here is Cavoli with the rebound, on the run, 2-on-3, pulls it up. Has her girl Shirey open at the line. Shirey lets it go. Not going to get anything there except the backboard. And rebound, Cumberland Valley. Here comes Jaycott. 6:04 to go in the second quarter. Coming up at halftime, our Jack Giambalvo halftime report, our AT&T and Capital Blue Cross halftime stats. We got Archie Smith Jr. on the stats tonight over here. And man, I'll tell you what, you talk about a guy that is decked out tonight. He's got the red and black on, the white turtleneck, no ascot. He had sunglasses on until a moment ago. Timeout on the floor. We're going to take a quick one as well. This is High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.3.
Timeout, Cumberland Valley 67.
If you're looking for a quality used vehicle at a great price,
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford has the best pre-owned inventory, not to mention the best hometown buying experience in all of Harrisburg. With our market-driven pricing, you can be sure you're always getting the best deal. Plus, we'll give you top dollar for your trade. And you know who's got Harrisburg's best deals.
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford,
just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
Welcome back, and it's 9-7 right now. So Cumberland Valley leads it, and rebounds and bigs inside are the names of the game so far, Jeff Thompson.
They sure are, and Deja Hill has 6 rebounds. And I think Marley Dickerson only has taken 1 shot herself, and she hit it. But I think playing defense that hard takes its toll on your offensive production.
Dickerson's trying to come off that high screen, and they're really jumping out and doing a good job of stopping her from any kind of penetration, Pat.
Well, again, it goes back to Cumberland Valley's quickness. I love 1 through 5, the way they get out there and the way they can move. And because of it, they're backing them up with that jump hedge, and it's creating a lot of problems. You're trying to cut them off before they throw it inside. It's like pressuring the quarterback. You're trying to take the head off it.
Make that vision bad, too, trying to get an easy pass in there again.
Yep.
They use that high screen, dribble screen a lot right there. And you see every time, good help and recover. There's Shirey. You watch the closeouts here by Cumberland Valley. I mean, they're very quick closing out to you, jumping to the ball.
They're digging in at that three-point line and really creating a lot of problems. There's not a lot of space out there.
Yeah, they let you go out where you're not going to shoot the ball, and they stay home and wait for you to come back. Okay, there's the inside look. Shirey, pretty good post position, gets double-teamed again, and then you're going to get a foul called. No, 3 seconds called against Shirey.
Well, they're double and triple teaming her in there, and now she's starting to get a little tentative. She's starting to kick it out a little bit more. She missed a couple a little early there. She'll get back after that, and they'll get a little better spacing here.
Well, they chose there to let Green take the shot, but the 3-second call before that, they had 3 girls around Shirey that time. Here's Jaycott.
There's that high ball screen.
That was a real good high ball screen. Rebound comes out to Alexis Blue.
Going to 1-4 high. Sure, they're going to roll somebody to the basket.
Little split there off that high post, and there you got the invert.
Great job.
And again, you got to give credit on that backside. Good defense by Sinai Hill. Here comes the high ball screen again. They're doing a little bit of what you talked about there with that change at the quarter, getting a high ball screen for Jaycott. Nothing home there on that shot. And you get a foul called against Cumberland Valley here in the backcourt, or in the forecourt. It's going to be Sienna Manns with the foul. And for her, that'll be foul number 1, team foul number 3.
Well, Sinai Hill is having no trouble setting that high screen. She looks like she wants that contact. She's given it a couple times. It's causing a lot of letting them go downhill.
Here's Marley Dickerson with the basketball. Don't forget, fans, you can follow us at hsslivetv.com and replay this game. And again, another 3-second call, I believe, or is it?
Offensive foul.
Offensive foul call. That's going to be on Shirey. Trying to create some space down there. That's her first. It'll be the team 4th against the Rams.
They're getting a little frustrated in there. They're running that little 1-4, and they just went back-to-back high-low with the young ladies. And Cumberland Valley's meeting them really up the lane, doing a good job of not letting them get deep.
What do you do to counteract that if you're Randy Gamberlungi?
Well, I think change the angle and go back to the wing where you're going to be able to come off of that and be able to get to the block.
Here's Jaycott kind of doing it on her own, trying to create. And again, you're going to get a foul out front. This one's going to be on Dickerson. That'll be her first. You don't want to hack someone out that far away from the basket, do you, Jeff?
No, you sure don't. And for all the contact they've allowed, that was pretty minimal, too.
You hate to see, if you're Cumberland Valley, Dickerson getting any kind of foul trouble.
Inbounding the ball. Backdoor. Good
beautiful
call. Beautiful set piece there. And Jaycott off the backdoor side with the layup in for the bucket, and she'll get one more chance here at the line as well.
Was that Deja Hill with a pretty pass?
And I think they just got Shirey for her second foul, and that is a big foul here in the first half, and she's probably going to go to the bench right here, and does.
That's one of those looks, guys, where everybody has sat there as a coach, and you sit there and say, yep, that's just the way we drew it up. That was perfect.
And Jaycott up, and Jaycott rattles this one out, though, so can't complete the three-point play. So 11-7 right now. The Rams lead it. What has kind of been a tractor pull so far. 3:44 to go here in the first half.
Well, they're going to have to get away from their power game a little bit because they just don't have the size in here anymore. Let's see if that opens up the floor a little bit. I'd love to see this Dickerson get a little penetration.
It's almost like the screens at the top are allowing Cumberland Valley to bunch in there on them.
Yeah, really tight.
You almost feel like you want to spread it a little bit more than that.
I think a lot of it has to do with this hedging, the way Cumberland Valley, they're really pushing off on the screens. They're pushing up and forcing them out.
Back inside the buoy, kick it back out. Cavoli, good look from the corner. Cavoli can't get it to go. Buoy can't get a hand on it. And again, it's Hill with another rebound. Sinai Hill.
A little better look going inside and out there.
You spread it out to more of a 1-4 look that time, too.
Right.
Oh, what a great look down the lane. And missing the layup is Sienna Manns. And she had a wide open look, and that's what you wanted. 2:45 to go in the first half. We have an interview with Tom Couch from Jack Gianvalvo and Charlie Fortney leading into our Jack Gianvalvo halftime report.
Now they're trying to post up Dickerson down there.
There's your pullback.
There.
What a nice look. Just a nice, simple little play there as Amelia Green with 4 points here in the first half.
And Amelia is the young lady that bailed them out last game a little bit. She really got going when they were a little flat, and she's the one that brought them back.
5'6" senior power forward.
Seniors don't want their season. I know their season's not ending, but seniors have more of a sense of urgency.
Look at that block coming across from Bowie. Nice job by Alexa Bowie coming across with a block, but it'll stay with Cumberland Valley. Bill Wolf always with some nice set pieces on the inbounds plays we saw a moment ago from the sideline. Jaycott wide open. No, it wasn't Jaycott, forgive me.
Yep,
back out it comes on the offensive rebound. That was Parsons, and then I'm going to get a call for a walk here. Just a pause for the moment by Sinai Hill. Cost him there, Jeff.
It sure did. He who hesitates is lost. She who hesitates is lost.
Great point. It looked like she wanted to stop and get a head and shoulder fake and drag the back foot.
Hey, I'd like to say Megan Cavoli is the leading rebounder for Central Dauphin at her size. She's one tough cookie, isn't she?
Really is. Here's that 1-4 high set again, Pat, that they're trying to spread the floor a little bit more with.
Yeah, they need to get a little bit wider. Let's see what they do. Now they're going dribble entry to the wing, setting the wing screen, and now trying to post up.
Looking for that two-person game and not do it, and Cumberland Valley just denying that pass to the high post.
Just don't have anybody confident that wants to shoot that perimeter ball. And until that happens, they're going to get tighter and tighter.
Look at the defense Jaycott has on Cavoli. I mean, she's really, now she lets her stay out there. It's not going to hurt her.
Yep. Certainly knows, has the IQ, right? She has the IQ for the game.
Cavoli at 5 seconds, of course, Jaycott at 6 feet. And there again, another kind of unforced error as Bowie trying to create something. You can see the frustration in the post right now.
Yeah, and there again, as she caught that ball, there was 3 Cumberland Valley people right there on her shoulder.
As she was about to make her drop step move.
Hill missed, here comes Jaycott. They want the ball in her hands. Jaycott gets doubled, throws it off to Hill. Hill ahead to Parsons, finally get it in the hands of Jaycott. Jaycott trying to make the move here. Can't find anything she likes. Quick shot there off the hands of Holcomb.
Good move by Cumberland Valley, trying to up it a little bit, trying to get the pace going a little bit. But here on the offensive end, they're not going as fast.
Under a minute to play here in the first half. 11-9 and a slow game. If you like defense and rebounding, you'll love this one. Cavoli's got that 3. She likes it out there. Not going to go. Rebound, nope, take it away, and then Holcomb has it. Holcomb into her forecourt. Down to Parsons. Back it comes. Hard move to basket, gonna miss. Rebound goes to Cumberland Valley, loose ball. Picked up for a moment, and then it's gonna go out of bounds, and Cumberland Valley's gonna get it back in that quarter with a chance to tie it up or take the lead with 17.2 seconds to play.
Great take to the basket. I love the way Deja Hill plays in the sense that she's long, she's athletic, and she's really fearless. It's an often used term, but both ends of the floor, she really puts her nose in there. And she's giving the Central Dauphins big some trouble.
There goes Jaycott, setting the screen. The invert, put Jaycott up there. Jaycott trying to go for the shot, won't go. Rebound, Ferguson, taken back. Parsons, Jaycott, down to 8 seconds, stolen away. Amelia Green again with a steal away and then throwing it up there early. It's still 3.1 seconds to go. Let's see if Cumberland Valley can get a shot off here.
I thought Jaycott got hit on that. She took that pretty hard to the hole.
Want to get it in. Throw it ahead. Jay Cott's going to let it go. Pretty good look. Not going to go. We end the half 11-9. It is a battle here at the Giant Center for the girls 6A District 3 title, and you've got 11-9. The Rams lead it. We're going to have a Tom Couch interview with Jack Giambalvo with Charlie Fortney here to start the half. And then we'll have our Jack Giambalvo halftime report, our AT&T first half highlights, and our Capital Blue Cross halftime stats all straight ahead, live from the Giant Center at Hershey Park. This is High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.3.
I'm excited to be here with Tom Couch, the Vice President for the Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. Tom, you and your staff have served this community in so many ways over the years. High School Sports Live thanks you for being a part of what we do, but you've served the York area community a lot longer than just us. Talk about how excited you guys are to keep this tradition going.
You know, Jack Giambalvo started the business in the early 70s, and you know, he was born and raised in York, and this is where he wanted to start his company and grow it, and he's done a fabulous job with it. And you know, we have 10 different franchises in 4 locations, so we've grown to a point where Jack has always wanted to make sure, and his son John, to give back to the community. And so we look at High School Sports Live as an opportunity to give back and also have an awareness to our company with the young kids today.
The new Mazda dealership is, man, this is state of the art. Not only are you selling cars out of here, but you're giving people in the community job opportunities. Talk about the uniqueness of the job opportunities. It's the VOTEC kid at high school, it's the college graduate. Talk about those opportunities.
You know, in the world we live in today, it's tough being a young person today, and we realize that. And so some of the involvement areas that we focus on is, for example, the trade schools. And with the younger kids with VOTEC, they have an opportunity to learn a trade. So for example, in our service department, being a technician, the days of just replacing spark plugs, filters, no, now it's very technologically advanced with computer skills. So we're involved with the kids from the VOTEC side with learning a trade of being a technician, and then also from the business side, if young people love cars and they've always been around cars and they just can see themselves, you know, having a career, being a salesperson can be very lucrative, and also you get to meet a lot of great people because everybody buys a car.
Now you guys have also been creatively having to put people in cars. It's not just the new car, it's the used car, it's the max dollars on trade-ins. Talk about that, Tom. What does that look like right now for people in general?
Yeah, the supply chain issue we have in our world today affects us also, but what we try to do to be transparent with the customer is every car that we have committed from the factory to build, we have that on our website so people can come see what we have coming in. So we may not have 200 cars on ground right now, but there's availability for people to match their needs from new and used cars.
That's awesome.
At Capital Blue Cross, there are more yeses and fewer nos. Protecting your health and making it easier so you can spend time on what makes you smile. Helping our communities, your families, your businesses, big and small. We have you covered, going the extra mile. It's what we do. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
If you're looking for a quality used vehicle at a great price,
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford has the best pre-owned inventory, not to mention the best hometown buying experience in all of Harrisburg. With our market-driven pricing, you can be sure you're always getting the best deal. Plus, we'll give you top dollar for your trade. And you know who's got Harrisburg's best deals.
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
We wake up with the sun. We live in a place we're proud to call home. For us, it's knowing that those we help are neighbors, friends, As the leader in providing the best orthopedic care for our community, we come together to do our part.
The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 4 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stadler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Genesis of York, and Giambalvo Hyundai of Hanover. The Giambalvo family dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale. Giambalvo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 4 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
And welcome back to the Giants Center. It's the girls 6A championship here in District 3. Central Dauphin leads at 11-9 at the half. Yes, that's correct. 11-9 at the half. It's a game that involves great defense and great rebounding so far. Pat Flannery, first half thoughts on your part.
Well, my thoughts are, if you're watching the ball game, there are two teams playing their heart out. I mean, they're giving effort, all the effort they can. Ball hasn't gone through the net yet, but it doesn't mean that it's not a hard-played game, if not a well-played game. But again, I think a lot of it has to do with scouting teams and seeing them for a third time. I played teams a third time, and it is hard, and especially with getting ready for the States, where you're trying to save maybe a little bit for the States, you're going to give them what you got, and that's exactly what we're getting is a fist fight.
Jeff, what stood out for you in the first half?
Well, if defense wins titles, they both deserve the title. I thought CV built a 10 around Carolyn Shirey. It was a clinic on how to play a postman, and Central Dauphin, Dickerson, what a great defender. She made it very, very tough for Jillian Jaycott, but Jillian emerged with 7 points, and that's really all that stood out.
Yeah, Jillian Jaycott with 7 points right now out of the 9 they've got so far. Let's take a look at our AT&T first half highlights, and a lot of it had to do with this grind that we saw in the first half with the defense and the rebounding. Guys, take us through it here as we look at our AT&T first half highlights.
Here's the 1-3 that was made in the first half.
Jaycott knocked it down. There you see Dickerson pulling back. Nice little look around to see if anybody else was open and knocking down the 10-footer, Pat.
Yeah, well, you said Dickerson. She didn't leave her after that 3, and she showed she has an offensive game. She's just been kept out front.
Here's Shirey, one of the few times she could really find an opening there in the first half. She picked up 2 points, and that was it. Then back inside it goes to Hill. Hill using the glass nicely. Right there you saw what Jaycott could do, and she created her own shot.
Yeah.
There's a back door move without the ball for Jaycott off a set piece on the sideline.
Here's a girl that went 2 for 2 in the first half. Maybe they ought to look for her in the second half.
Yep.
Amelia Green with that knockdown shot. And there you saw sparse highlights in the first half in terms of a lot of scoring. Our Capital Blue Cross halftime stats, well, a lot of them had to do with some great defense here. And we take a look at those right now. Guys, what do you see there that jumps out at you?
Well, just what we've been talking about. Both teams are playing really hard, and it's tough to get the ball through the hole when the team's playing so well defensively.
Yeah, what jumps out at me is it's 11-9 ball game, and it's a 2-point difference, so it doesn't matter if it's 80-78 or it's 11-9. Both of these teams still have a chance at this championship.
No, you also take a look at one number we don't have up there, 8-8 in turnovers so far, and that also speaks to the defense that was played here in the first half. So we're getting ready for the second half. Very quickly, Pat, what are you talking about if you're looking right now at Central Dauphin?
Well, if you're Central Dauphin, one of the things you're going to have to do is get a little more spacing on the floor, which I'm sure Coach is a veteran at this. Cumberland Valley's really packing in, but the only thing that can loosen that up, guys, is some perimeter shooting the basketball. Somebody's going to have to make a 15-footer or a 3-pointer in order to open that, or they're going to continue to close that middle down there. The one thing they did do is they picked up a little quicker and tried to get the game going a little bit faster, and maybe they'll do some more of that this half with the young Dickerson lady.
Jeff, if you're Bill Wolf, what are you saying right now to the Cumberland Valley girls?
Well, its shot selection's important, but Central Dauphin's taken out of their rhythm, so I think Jillian's got to handle the ball, distribute, and look to make plays when she can.
And I think the point that Pat made earlier is really a good one. You're probably going to see some more screening for her in the second half. And who knows, maybe even take her off the ball every now and then and let her go off some screens without the basketball. We get ready to start the second half here. Got a good one going on. These two have slugged it out during the course of the year. They both ended up 13-1 in the Commonwealth, and by virtue of their head-to-head play during the season, Central Dauphin won that. They got the #1 seed out of the Commonwealth, got to play in the Mid-Penn Championships, got dumped by Cedar Cliff, the eventual champion, and we get ready to start the second half here right now. And you're right, you know, Pat, the idea of playing a team a third time and knowing just about everything about each other is just it's going to turn into a grind, and that's exactly what we're seeing here tonight. As Dickerson has the ball to start the second half for Central Dauphin. There's that two-person game trying to get it to Shirey again. Shirey coming across. She has 2 fouls now. Keep that in mind. Shirey with a roll. Good change of pace by Dickerson. Not going to go. Shirey had to be a little bit careful as the rebound is yanked down there by Deja Hill.
She did get the ball to the dotted line, though, in the lane. You got to be encouraged by that. They set wing screens. Now let's see what Cumberland Valley does to counteract Central Dauphin's aggressiveness.
Parsons with a basketball. Looks to Hill. Hill looking to try to pass inside. Nothing there. And Holcomb up. That's not going to go. And Shirey with the rebound. And he'll kick it back off to Dickerson. Dickerson ahead to Cavoli. Cavoli got a little walk going on there. I thought she was going to say she got away with it, but she didn't.
She got one speed, and it's fast. And she plays fast. She must be something with a soccer ball.
She's coming at you hard. Central Dauphin picking up a little soft pressure in the backcourt. Cumberland Valley breaks it easily. Sienna Mann's getting double teamed though at half court. Not so easy. Ball loose to the floor. We're going to get a jump ball called here, and the ball will belong to Cumberland Valley.
They're pushing that defense up the floor, trying to create offense out of their defenses, which you have to do on nights like this.
Cumberland Valley with the basketball. There you see Bill Wolf over the side, walking the sidelines. He's been doing that for a while. Here it is to Jaycott.
She doesn't force anything, does she?
Not at all. Inside to Hill. Hill throws it up. Back up on the stick back. It's a young lady who seems to be everywhere right now is Parsons. Parsons with 4 points in the game. And it's 13-9, Cumberland Valley on top.
And these are the kind of names tonight, gang, is going to stand out as we go down the stretch.
You may have said 11-9 earlier at Central Dauphin, 11-9 earlier at Cumberland Valley. They're now 13-9, obviously. My mistake. Going to be out of bounds. Will stay with Central Dauphin. Checking back into the game now for the Rams is Kennedy Cooper, and out will go Bowie.
Seavey's not letting him breathe.
No.
Here's Shirey. Shirey up strong. What a great move.
Oh, boy. You know, and that ball got hit, and she was strong enough to go up and finish at the basket.
Shirey was in the back of a stack that time, just came rumbling down the lane. 13-11 right now, 2-point lead for Cumberland Valley. Holcomb shows shot, then drives and kicks off. With that backdoor cut by Jaycott. And that's what you need a little bit more of. Jaycott without the basketball scoring that time.
Well, you talked about earlier about moving without the ball, and that's what she does, and that's what she's going to do at the next level too, I'm sure, when she's with 5 people that can pass and score.
Showing you can create without having the ball in your hands all the time.
And she did it through some contact as well.
Yeah.
Here's Cavoli. Cavoli trying to create here. Green has at the top of the key. Tell you, this Cumberland Valley defense is suffocating once you get inside the top of the key.
Good, real good position, right, guys? Like jump to the ball, everything that you teach from day one, they're doing a great job with. Push out on the dribbler.
You watch this and you're reminded of, well, there's Shirey inside again, and Shirey, nice little half hook. Shirey in for 6 points. She's got 4 in this quarter.
A little subtly, Coach Wolf now, he's been able to get these 4, he's playing 4 out and 1 in, and it's not just one person feeding the ball now. They're doing a good job. She rolls right to the basket. Stars are starting to show a little bit here.
Coach Cameron Lungy getting his star involved now with some touches in the post. Switches the other side now. Parsons.
There she is.
Parsons, the hard drive, and gets caught in between thoughts there. You know, when you watch this CV defense coming up here, you're reminded a little bit of, and people won't know what this is, the pack line defense is played by Virginia, which is like at 16 feet. So they really don't go out and challenge you too much beyond 16. But once you get to 16, man, the fort closes down.
Yeah, it's called in a shooting position or in the shooting area, and they just don't pressure to get beat off the dribble there. But once they get inside of that, it's a bunker mentality. You're not going to get to the basket on us.
Guarding the house. One thing so far, Cavoli has not really seen a clean look. Here's Shire again. Shire with 3 people around her, and this time good tie-up by Holcomb. Ball will stay with Central Dauphin.
I thought it was an excellent defensive help down low from the guard.
And you saw where the pass came from there. The pass came for help side being able to give him some help. One more pass to that corner or to the wing, and she wouldn't have been able to get that help side.
One thing you're not getting a lot of right now from Central Dauphin, I think, is good spacing from your passer to the post. Everybody's bunched in too much, and so it allows the defenders to stay inside there and pack it down. Shire again, not going to get it. Another rebound here for Hill. Sinai Hill, that is.
A lot of bodies in that lane.
Sienna Mann's brought in the forecourt, back in the hands of Jaycott now, spreading them out a little bit here, man-to-man.
She's quite a floor general, isn't she?
She really does. And 6 feet tall, she's looking out over the people at player. Jaycott in and out. Rebound again by Hill. Deja Hill. Deja Hill kicks it back across. That one not going to go from Sienna Mann's. Another rebound, this time by the other Hill. Sinai. Looked from outside by Jaycott, not going to go, and picked off there by Marley Dickerson. 3:40 to go in the third quarter. Dickerson, nice dump off, not going to go. Tipped out of bounds, stays with Central Dauphin. They're down by 2 right now, 15-13 with 3:37 to go in the third quarter. Gary Sutton, Pat Flannery, former great Buckdale coach, and Jeff Thompson, former coach of Trinity and a whole lot of other places right around the Harrisburg area here. Great to be with you tonight here on High School Sports Live TV. The first of 2 here tonight. We'll be bringing you the boys AA championship after having the Lampeter-Strasburg undefeated against Shippensburg. What a tough shot that was, running down the left-hand side from Green.
I have a feeling she's probably made 1 or 2 of them before. If you take those kind of shots in these games. I do like what I think they made a nice subtle adjustment though. She's getting a little more looks there.
Jaycott running one hand. You're going to get a foul called, 2-shot foul. Let's see who gets called on the foul here for the Rams. And the foul's going to be called on Dickerson. That should be her second foul. First team foul here in the second half by either team.
I think in some ways with Jillian Jaycott out front, she doesn't even need some of those screens. She can get by you because she's so skilled. And I think sometimes they crowd her too much.
Jaycott at 87% from the free throw line. She missed her first one tonight, makes that one. Jaycott now the first one in the double figures this evening with 10 points, which in this game feels like 20.
Big.
Jaycott second one up. That one is going to come off again. So only 1 out of 3 there. A 3-point lead by the Eagles. And back it comes to the Rams here of Central Dauphin. Cavoli trying to create that 2-person game. Cavoli, nice move. Can't get it to go.
She used her quickness to get to the basket.
She really did. Pulled down there by Sienna Mans, who brings it back into the forecourt. 2:52 to go here in the third quarter. Good defense by Dickerson. Mans kicks it. Shot not going to hit anything. Shire with another rebound. Shire making her presence known a little bit more this quarter.
Yeah.
Here's Cavoli. Pull up. Guarded by Jaycott. She gives away 4 inches to Jaycott on that matchup.
Well, the same thing inside here. The Hill girls are giving up a lot of size there, but boy, they battling. Sinai's come in off the bench, and she's not scored, but boy, does she give a presence physically.
Trying to get Shire to get across there in established position. Back out it comes. Green, not going to go anywhere, and out of bounds it goes. It'll belong to the Eagles. 16-13 lead right now. Cumberland Valley leads it, and Cumberland and Central Dauphin is picking up full court here.
Yeah.
With what looks like some pretty serious pressure.
You got a few gals there that I think could run all day with pressure.
There's Mans against Dickerson. You're going to get a double team if they get a chance here. Not going to go here. Inside it comes. And a great block by Shire off the attempted shot from Central Dauphin. Shire with a good rebound. Central Dauphin with the basketball. And here's Jaycott picking it off. Jaycott ahead. Mans pulls up, will not go. And you got to push underneath here Mike Kuhn on the call. Push going against Sinai Hill. And for Sinai Hill, that'll be her second foul of the evening.
It seems like they're getting better looks in the second half.
Yeah, it's getting settled in a little bit more, I guess. And probably some good adjustment, guys. We're not in those locker rooms, but you all say these are two veterans, and you can tell they have good teams. You don't win all those games by mistake.
There's a three, and finally Cavoli says, I gotta look. I know what to do with it. Cavoli with her first three of the night. First made three of the night as well for this Ram team. 16-16, and who's got the basketball here is the question.
It's a good steal, and then she hit it off herself, but it came back and hit her.
So inbounding the ball will be Sinai Hill.
Picking up pressure now.
Serious pressure as they finally get Holcomb open over here on the flat. Throwing it ahead to Hill.
They put Cavoli on Jaycott now and took Dickerson off and put her at the point.
Using quickness on size here, aren't they?
Yep.
Cavoli's
little different look.
Look at Cavoli just sticking with her.
I'm sure going into this game, that was probably the game plan, is to play 1.5 and play the other the second half.
Well, Cavoli putting that quickness on Jaycott, making it tough. Has everything missed on that, and a couple air balls here tonight, and give credit to the defense for that.
Cavoli is a competitor. She just hit that three, and that was a big answer for Central Dauphin.
Want to get more of those, and she actually got some space created finally to get a free look. Here's that inside high-low look, not going to go. Shirey steps back out. Now she'll go back in and reestablish again. Running the pick and roll. Here's a drive, taken away nicely that time by Mans. Mans just reaching in and stripping it away.
She's another one, has a good game. She complements Jaycott very well.
Look at that defense from the backside. Yeah. I mean, it's going to stay with Cumberland Valley, but great defense there by Kennedy Cooper.
Well, Kennedy's young lady stole the ball down here in the corner and threw it off them. She's really giving them a little bit of hustle, a little bit of zip.
Marley Dickerson out. In for her will come a little size there, and Alexis Ferguson, a sophomore.
Marley Dickinson's going to get 19 seconds and a timeout, in the quarter.
And Dickerson off to the side now. And in it comes to Jaycott. Look at this. Right up in her face is Cavoli. She's making Jaycott think about dribbling the basketball and not think about scoring. Look at her. She's going everywhere with her. No help anywhere for Cavoli. I mean, she's just living with Jaycott everywhere she goes, and this time she's going to get called for the foul, I believe.
Surprised a little bit. What they did earlier in this half is they posted Jaycott. I think they'll go back to that maybe a little bit in the fourth quarter.
Second foul now on Cavoli. And that's what you do. You screen her off and make her have to pay for playing so tight. Saw a good screen by Parsons there. 3.5 seconds to go. You need a quick shot here.
Get it up.
Hill's got it. You got to get it up. They get it to Jaycott. She lets it go. Not going to find iron. End of the quarter. We head to the fourth. It ought to be like this. 16-16 for the girls 6A District 3 title. All here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.3. You know, Team PIAA tryouts are coming this spring, and you can keep an eye out at www.teampiahoops.com. And speaking of hoops, how about Advanced Hoops? They're offering a spring triple threat for kids 5 years old to high school, a great alternative to AAU. Go to www.advancedhoops.com. And don't forget, coming up at the end of the game is the Capital Blue Cross post-game and the Hoffman Ford Player of the Game and Capital Region Insurance Agency Play of the Game, all still straight ahead. 4-4 in turnovers that quarter for both these teams, and shooting 2 for 7 for CD, 2 for 9 for CV. Rebounds, 6 for CV that quarter, 5 for CD. So the numbers, shooting-wise, continue to not be very impressive, but again, we're talking about great defense and really good rebounding so far, Jeff Thompson.
Well, they got the ball inside to Carolyn Shirey, and she had a couple of buckets, but I think the big one was Megan Cavoli. That big three to tie the game up, and now it's with the paucity of fouls, they can be even more aggressive in the fourth quarter.
Did you say the paucity of fouls?
I said the paucity of fouls.
I don't think we've ever used the word paucity here.
Well,
do you know what that means?
Yeah, well, he was driving all for like 3 days now, so he had to do something.
Good to have you back, Coach.
The Cesaris.
How about inside? Not going to go for CV. They got exactly what they wanted from Jaycott, and quickly back to the other end comes Central Dauphin. Marley Dickerson with the basketball. So Dickerson with the ball out front. Green setting the screen. Inside the head, Shirey open. There's Cavoli again with another look, and Cavoli not going to get this one to go, but Cavoli all over it, keeping her hands alive. She seems to be everywhere right now. But it's going to go out of bounds off of Central Dauphin. It'll belong to the Eagles of Cumberland Valley, 16-16. Their first game this year, Cumberland Valley won 30-28, so it was a similar game to this.
Yeah.
But compared to this game, that was a high-scoring thriller, right?
Well,
this is a tractor pull.
The shots.
And there's that double team pressure by Green and Dickerson in the backcourt, forcing the turnover off the hands of Mans.
Whoever gets more opportunities to shoot without turning the ball over, they have turned the ball over a number of times, but again, I'll give that some of that to the defense.
12-12 in turnovers so far, make it 13-12 now. But great job by Green of faking the handoff and then going in for the easy layup. Wonderful fake handoff, like a quarterback, like Tom Brady.
Great look. I mean, that was a set look. She faked it and she was coming. That's what you call holding something back.
Green, 6 points in the game now, and there's a walk by Holcomb. That's going to be a turnover down here, so 13 turnovers either way so far. And Central Dauphin gets it back here. They've got a 2-point lead with 7:08 to go in this one. Bowie back into the game now. She replaced Kennedy Cooper.
That was kind of an old man move, wasn't it?
It was one of those, just a great fake, but it looked like just a fake quarterback handoff and then just take off.
Now this is going to get interesting now because they've had good spacing with Kennedy on there. Now with the two bigs back in for Central Dauphin, let's see if they go back to that power game.
Well, you put your best shooter on the same side of your best post player right now, and then they go high-low. But Bowie was just looking to reverse it here.
But she's chasing the ball. The ball got to come to her.
They're trying to keep their backside post high and clear out the backside help. But the backside still dropping down in there and helping out anyway. They're daring them to go high side.
She's tough.
Green is taking over right now. Amelia Green has decided it's her moment. She's got 8 points, 4 in this quarter already. A 4-point lead here for Central Dauphin.
That's very, very consistent. I know I've said it a few times tonight, but she's been an X factor for them. She's taken over a couple games now.
Bill Wolf's going to call a timeout right here. We'll take one as well. I want to remind you, Teen PIAA tryouts are coming this spring. Keep an eye out at teenpahoops.com. Greg Cavoli doing a great job with that crew as he takes over this year. And then Advanced Hoops, Charlie Fortney and his crowd, Archie Smith Jr. and the whole bunch are offering a spring triple threat for kids 5 years old to high school level. A great alternative to AAU. Go to www.advancedhoops.com and don't forget, don't leave us at the end of the game. We've got Capital Blue Cross post game with a Hopman Ford player of the game and the Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game all straight ahead. Right now, Bill Wolf's in that huddle for Cumberland Valley. What's he saying, Jeff Thompson?
Well, he's got to somehow stop the 7-0 run. And I think that Amelia Green's found a favorable matchup, and they're not calling any fouls, so she's just going hard to the hole.
She really is. She's found something they like right there for Coach Randy Gamberlungi. What are you looking at right here, Coach, for Cumberland Valley?
Well, for Central Dauphin.
Or Cumberland Valley.
Oh.
I don't make favorites. I just choose them. Both you coaches can take off with them.
Well,
you're not tattooed with that the whole game once you get one team.
Yeah, it looks like they're maybe going to change up their defense a little bit and do some. But this Cavoli, she's really made this tough. I think somebody was using the word pest. Well, she's a fast pest.
They just screened for Jaycott, and she's finding it tough to score right now. They screened off Cavoli, but still, Jaycott getting too far underneath. Ball comes back to Cavoli, and here she comes. She's going to the basket.
Yeah, too much traffic for Cumberland Valley down there.
She's doing a good job at trying to create for Shirey. It's so important, Coach. Talk a little bit about the spacing when you have your best shooter and your best post player on the same side. Important to get that spacing so if they do double team, you can kick it back out.
Yeah, and that's a key that it kicks back out when you are getting double teamed from different sides, from the weak side. But I love what he did in this half with the screener on the wing. They're just, instead of rolling, other than Shiley, they're just picking and popping. And every time you do that, it's 4 out.
Here's that pick and roll again, dropping Shirey down and low. She's got to beware of that 3-second area. She's in there for a while now. Now you got a triple post more or less, but you get a walk call. Well, Bowie's had a tough time in this game so far, really getting established.
Well, and I think a lot of that, guys, certainly comes from, we've been watching this tonight, when Cumberland Valley, when the ball gets in there, they attack so quick. What do you do as a player? You start to play a little quicker because you're trying to make it happen before the play comes. And that's what's happened in the Central Dauphin a few times, catching that ball inside.
And Randy Gamberlungi getting Kennedy back in there in place of Bowie, who's having a tough time tonight. He wants to get the effectiveness in there right now. And Kennedy Cooper's in. Here's Central Dauphin. 20-16, they lead this one. Now they got Shirey wide open there for a moment. Kicks it back out. There's Cavoli. There's that space we talked about. Cavoli can't make it count, though. And here comes Cumberland Valley on the run with Mans. 3-on-2. Dumps it off. Deja Hill up, in. Great job by Mans leading the break.
Now let's see if Central Dauphin can go in and out and go back in. Every time it goes in, it either goes up or when it comes back out, it goes up. Let's see if they can be a little more patient on offense.
There's a pick and roll again. Drop down to Shirey. Not going to happen. She'll stay high this time. Now you're looking, if you're Dickerson, to try to reestablish. You're looking for Green right now in that matchup against Sinai Hill.
Yeah, and we mentioned before, Sinai Hill is physically, Green can't push her around like she has with a couple other young ladies tonight.
And you're going to get a timeout called by Randy Gamber-Lungy. We'll take one as well. We'll keep it right here right now, a 30-second timeout. Let's go inside the Central Dauphin huddle for a moment here. What's he looking at right now? He's running two-man games on either side, Coach, essentially. What's he going to try to do here, do you think, maybe to change things up?
Well, watching a couple of patterns that they run, and they are a pattern team, one of the things he did in the first half, he would set that high pick and roll. So when he would roll the gal down, Shirey, excuse me. When they would roll her down and roll Bowie up, they would get a nice high low. But if the ball would get entered from the wing, you couldn't be able to give all of that help that you're giving. So I think that's probably, I'm sure, what coach is doing, because that ball has to go in there to her before it goes to the other end of the floor. She has to get touches in there.
Well, and the other thing too, Jeff, I think you have to make them pay for not helping on the backside. So the backside person standing at the opposite high post. So when you triple down on Shirey, you got to find something on the backside action there to maybe get something working on the backside off a screen or some kind of elbow shot there, don't you?
Well, they might look for that, but I agree with Pat. I think they go inside and try to win the game.
Now see right here, you got no high post on the other side.
Well, Bowie's help is there.
There she is. Now she's high post. Let's see Shirey drop low. Bowie stays high.
They're going to take everybody off to one side, ducking.
And then they came back against it, trying to get her with no help, but couldn't make a good pass.
Yeah, it's a great idea there. If Bowie would have just taken the ball to her right, a dribble or two, she would have had a little duck in there, and I'm sure that's what Coach was looking for. But they did run the help side off of there.
Didn't create a good passing angle, but did do something off the weak side that time, coming back and isolating.
Sure did.
Here comes Holcomb with the basketball. Holcomb pressing it the whole way. Green all over her. Deja Hill looking at the foul line. Deja Hill up and in, and Deja Hill coming alive here. She's got 6 points in the game, 4 in this quarter, and it's tied up again.
Well, they didn't come out and play her. They've given her that, and she made them pay for it.
Tell you what, guys, during this district tournament this year, we've seen so many overtime games. Who'd be surprised we saw another double or triple overtime as Holcomb with a rebound, but a foul call before that.
Good attack. Get to that basket, create some problems. Let Shirey and Bowie finish up.
And the foul against Cumberland Valley.
Now they put Jaycott on Green.
There's Shirey. Shirey up, can't get it to go. Rebound Jaycott. Under 4 to play, 3:50 left. Gary Sutton, Pat Flannery, Jeff Thompson with our whole Invicta crew. Josh Edwards back there running the show tonight. It's a good one, guys. Low scoring, but tense. Every possession counting now as you come down the stretch, and here comes a steal. Marley Dickerson looks behind her. Marley Dickerson up, and Marley Dickerson in. Big steal by Marley Dickerson here at the 3:28 mark.
So active, so active. She gets her hands on everything.
You can't turn your back and throw the pass, and here's Cavoli with a foul in the backcourt. And for Cavoli, that's going to be foul number 3 now. She was told to be on Jaycott the whole way, and she was. She's like her shadow.
Yep. Second half, she picked her up coming out of the hockey locker rooms.
But it's important to come to meet the pass at this point in the game, and that didn't happen.
Here's Mann. Dickerson against Mann. This is another great matchup on the floor. Dickerson had the best of it last time down.
Yeah.
Mann ahead to Holcomb. Holcomb to Deja Hill. Deja Hill back to Holcomb. And again, tipped away. Going to be a walk call, but you got to give credit there on great defense on Kennedy Cooper, who's really been solid.
Well, both teams, you got to give them credit to coaches. They've put in people that can play physically with each other's team, and there's a couple young ladies playing here tonight that I'm not sure they're always the finesse one that they might go to in that situation.
Still have Cavoli on Jaycott. And there again, that weak side pass, and there again, Cooper on the floor. He's going to call timeout. Great job by Cooper. 2 straight times on defense. This time she comes up with the ball. Timeout, 22-20. Central Dauphin leads it off the steal by Dickerson, and we'll keep it right here. Jeff Thompson, take us inside right now in the Cumberland Valley huddle. What they've got to do. If you're Bill Wolf, you know how he thinks a little bit.
Well, 2:56 left in the game. They're down a bucket. They just have to play solid defense. He's saying, let's play solid. Let's do what we meant to do and stop the post, get a rebound, and kick it down court. Somehow they got to get the ball to their girl, Jillian. And let Jillian make a play at this point. It's her time right now, but I think he's talking about what they're going to do defensively. There's too much time to stall at 2:56.
Yeah, there's no question.
So he's got to tell them it's not a panic situation. Let's just play good D.
And he's also saying, I think, don't let Shirey beat us down in there and stay with our plan. It's been good the whole way. On the other side, if you're Central Dauphin right now, Randy Gamberlungi, what's he doing right here on this offensive set?
Well, we keep saying it when they're coming out of the timeouts. He's trying to everything he can possibly do to get that ball in there. I think they're at the point now, though, where now the floor is opening up a little bit. They're going to be able to drive the basketball with all the help, and you're going to see the whistles at this time of the game. They become a little more. There's a couple more whistles usually happen at this time of the game.
How about this number for this half? CD with 7 steals in this half alone.
Their pressure has paid dividends.
Really has. They really overplay the lanes. When you turn your back and try to pass, I mean, they're stealing balls right and left.
I think Kennedy Cooper may have 4 of them.
I think so. Here's Cavoli.
The big one, though, is Dickerson.
They're in no hurry right now. And, again, Cumberland Valley backing off just a little bit. Cavoli says, I might bring it back out top. Let me see what goes on. Back out it comes to Green. Swing it back out to Dickerson. Running time off the clock. 2:24 to go in the game. In regulation, I should say.
Yep.
Dickerson looking right now just to be a distributor for the moment. Here comes the pick and roll. They like to use that. She picks it away this time and throws it away. Taken away by Deja Hill. Here's Cumberland Valley. Jay Cott ahead. It's going to get
ball back.
Mans gets it back. Mans covered up in the corner. She's going to call timeout. And she gets a timeout from Bill Wolf there. And it is 20-18, 1:59 to go, and this one will keep it here. So Bill Wolf saves the moment where the timeout, and now he's got to get the ball back in the hands of somebody like Jay Cott here for the moment, right?
You would think that Central Dauphin was able to take a minute off the clock, but 3 minutes is too much. Now, what does Cumberland Valley do right now offensively to get the ball inbounds?
Well, first of all, a timeout is in such a tough spot over there. That's really a difficult place to inbound. But if they can get Jay Cott isolated on one of the sides, she can score and to pull up the 3. Again, I say earlier, too many people get in her way. Her teammates, their defensive men have got him in the way. Let's see what they do to get her free.
They ran a backside back screen for the last time off a pass to Hill.
First you have to screen Cavoli, and that's really difficult.
They're posting up Cavoli down in there, taking advantage of her size, taking her down where she lives. Look at this. He said, okay, you had your quickness out front. We'll take my size and put it in there, and you're going to get a hack call on Green coming across the middle. Amelia Green picks up her 3rd foul. It's only the team 3rd against Central Dauphin. Sorry, Coach.
No, excuse me. If they would be a little more patient with Jay Cott down in that post area, she could score down there. They just bailed out of that a little too quick. Maybe they'll go back to it.
There's Parsons.
She's down there again.
Yep, they got her. And look at Cavoli fronting her. There, she got open for a minute. Now she's got it her way. Jay Cott up underneath, gets fouled again by Green. That's going to be her 4th foul.
That was brilliant going to that post, to the Jay Cott post.
They stayed with it. They did it the first time until a loose ball, and they just went right back to it.
You know, they always say you let your post player get set before you pass in the basketball, and that's what they have to do with Jay Cott. Let her really get good position on Cavoli before she gets the ball. And here she is answering the bell right now. Free throw good. She's 2 out of 4 there tonight. Normally 87%. But I have a feeling right now her numbers are going to be big coming down the stretch.
What's so impressive about her, guys, is not only offensively score, step back 3. She's defended everybody 1 through 5 tonight. Every time somebody scores,
she misses another free throw here. You're not going to see that very often. Here's Cavoli crossing half court, getting stopped there, and a timeout called by Randy Gamberlungi, a 32nd timeout. So the chess match is in full view right now of everybody. 22-21, Central Dauphin leads it. And man, does the possession get magnified here, Coach Flannery.
Yeah, and I don't claim to know enough about the game, particularly without the shot clock, that how long can you go and hold the ball. I think it's so hard. It was so hard when Dean Smith tried to do it with Phil Ford. It's even harder now at high school, 16, 17-year-olds. So you've got to take advantage to get to the basket if you have that opportunity.
Jeff, if you're Randy Gamberlunga, you know him a little bit right now. What's he thinking here in the moment? You got to think he knows Cumberland Valley's going to come out and play tough man-to-man right here. They're going to stretch it out a little bit more. So what's he looking for here at the moment?
Well, first of all, I think he called a timeout because she was in trouble with the trap in the corner. And so they got to get the ball in bounds and move it. And I agree. I think they have to look inside for a score.
Let's see what Cumberland Valley's going to do right here. I think they're going to bring the defense up, obviously, here with 1:35 to go. 1 point lead for Central Dauphin. Championship coming up on the line, and no one's going to play green here for the moment. And now finally, Jaycott has to go out and get her.
And they only have 2 team fouls, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly.
So that's going to cause a problem too. There they go. They're going to start using them.
So you've got a foul right there.
But use them off of a double team. Don't just start fouling.
Maybe get a chance to get a steal.
Yeah, get a cheap one, or get a deflection.
So that's the first foul on Holcomb. That takes it up to 3 team fouls now. You still have 4 more to give before you get to 1-on-1.
A minute 26 is a long time to hold the ball.
Cavoli smartly goes backward and says, I'll take some more time from back here. Here comes Holcomb again. You're going to foul again? Yes, you are. So now 1:24 to go. Second foul now on Holcomb. You're now up to 4 team fouls. 5 on the other side, by the way, for Central Dauphin. So they also are not 1-on-1 yet. So now you're going to pick it up and start to play some serious defense here. Here's Cavoli again.
That's what
now you come back. Now you're going to get a little bit of pressure with the trap.
Oh.
Green keeps it alive, gets it over to Cooper, and back out front it comes to Dickerson.
Now you start to look for who the free throw shooters are on this Central Dauphin team. And I imagine Kennedy Cooper, I don't have the stats here, but
Dickerson's 53. You look over at Cavoli right now, she's 50. So not great free throw shooting numbers here. And here you get the steal. Parsons has the steal, and it's going to go that way, and you got a foul called on Dickerson.
Back to your point, Jeff, Gary, we said, don't want to say it, but that is a long time with the ball. It just didn't look like they were looking at the basket.
No, they were, and it takes away kind of the wind out of the sails, so to speak, when you start to do that.
Yeah.
So now Shirey out of the game defensively. So big possession coming up here for Cumberland Valley. They've been the comeback kids all season long. Look at this defense. Cavoli right there, all over Jaycott.
Wow.
Here's Jaycott, breaks loose somehow. And now you got Green on Jaycott. Jaycott looking over to the corner.
Oh.
Parsons, inside it goes. Deja Hill. But he walked with that, she's going to get fouled instead by Ferguson.
16 fouls.
And that is going to be the 16 foul as Alexis Ferguson with her first foul.
Oh, I'm sorry. They went to what? Oh, the foul over there on.
That's correct. It now goes
Dickerson.
1-and-1.
Yep.
So at the line is Deja Hill, only a 53% shooter. She has not been there yet tonight. And here comes Shirey back in for offense. So substituting offense, defense. Ferguson for the defense, Shirey for the offense is Randy Gamberlunga. So big shot coming up here from Deja Hill. It's up. It's not going to go. And again with the rebound.
Thank you.
Cavoli. And now you got to decide if you're going to foul. 31 seconds to go. You don't have much time. Double team here. Dickerson to the corner. They're keeping it alive. Clock running down. 23 seconds. You have to foul. And there it is finally. And they'll foul Cavoli. And the foul is going to be called against number 24. I'll make that 25, Alexa Holcomb. So that's only 5 team fouls now, so they still have 2 to give, and a timeout for Bill Wolf. We'll keep it right here with 20.3 seconds to go. Let's go in the huddle here for a moment with Cumberland Valley. Jeff, you're in a situation right now. You want to get in the hands of your best free throw shooter if you're CD, and Cumberland Valley wants to find the person who's the worst free throw shooter out there right now.
Cumberland Valley only has 5 team fouls, so I think what Coach Wolf has to say is we're going to get after it right away. You have to foul right away. Go after the ball as hard as you possibly can right now, and probably talking about who they're going to foul the second time to put on the line, because they're running out of time now.
Free throw numbers out there for Central Dauphin. Marley Dickinson 53%, Cavoli 50%, Caroline Shirey 70%. So it would seem like you want to get it in the big girl's hands right there. Alexis Ferguson, which she's in there at 33. Amelia Green at 75%. So there's the other person you want to touch.
Well, I think we're getting to the point, though, gang, with 20 seconds and having to give another foul where you're not going to be able to be real selective with this amount of time in the game. If I'm Central, I'm probably looking to put my best player in the post area, and that's going to open up the whole floor, and you throw it in. I'm not a big believer of walking people to the foul line if you can score baskets. I'd take a basket anytime.
So here you see Shirey right up in front of this. And oh, by the way, you've also got Kennedy Cooper at 40% in there. So here's Dickerson, and they're going to come and get her. There's your foul by Mans.
Trap that.
And again, Coach, you want that trap in the backcourt. Make it worth something, right?
Yeah, I want an opportunity to maybe get a deflection. Jeff said earlier, they're not blowing the whistle. Go up there and do it. Don't just give them an easy call.
There it is. They're going to foul. Now you got your best free throw shooter at the line, and that's exactly what Randy Gamberlungi wanted right there.
You called it. He was the one they wanted up there.
So here's Shirey walking to the line. Now she has not been there tonight. She has 6 points in the game, and she needs to make the front end of this thing to get that second one and have a chance for 2 to count. Here's Shirey. Good stroke by Shirey, the veteran. Knocks it down. Big one here. 2-point lead. This one makes it significantly different. Makes it a 3-point lead. You have to start thinking 3 with 16 seconds to go. Timeout on the floor. We'll stay here. It's a 2-point lead. 23-21. Central Dauphin leads it. The girls 6A championship on the line. Jeff Thompson. These are the kind of games. It's such a low-scoring game tonight, but it's so much fun.
Oh, it was a great game, and they're trying to ice the shooter, but she looked like she had ice water in her veins. I don't know how you ice someone who has ice water in their blood.
Yeah, she really stepped in there like the veteran she is, and that's what you look for down the stretch here, Pat. You got to play the percentages, right?
Well, you called the percentage early on when we started talking about who to go to. What a great job of Coach getting it there. Now, if you're Cumberland Valley, because he took that timeout with a free throw, you got to understand you're going to have to either go 2 or 3 depending on. So your kids got to be smart enough to know what they have to do here, because on a miss you can take it all the way to the basket. If you don't, you're probably going to have to look for it, because I can't imagine you're going to get 2 and a foul with that kind of time in this ball game.
Well, here's Shirey, steps in there, looks like she wants it, and she does. She knocks it down again, and Shirey with 8 points here in the ball game. Here's Mans with the basketball.
Got to get a 3.
Got to get a 3. And here, who better to get it than this lady right here, Jaycott. Kicks it off. Holcomb has it. Throws it across. You need the 3. There's Jaycott. Back to Holcomb. Back to Parsons. Parsons has it blocked. What a block there by Green at the end of the game. And it's 0.6 seconds to go. And Cumberland Valley coming up short on that shot. And we're going to walk it down to the other end. And Marley Dickerson with some big time playing here at the end.
Oh, she's a D1 player, Niagara University.
Marley Dickerson has come up big, and that steal that put them in the lead, and they've clung on to that ever since. Here you have Ferguson at the line. And you almost want to miss it here if you're Ferguson. Not so, as she puts it in. Ferguson with her second point of the night. Both for the free throw line, obviously, 2 out of 3, and now everybody off the line for Central Dauphin as they are about to win their 8th district championship. They would be 8 out of 12 here at Hershey. Second one is up. She misses it. Now it's going to be brought in by Cumberland Valley. It's going to be somewhat academic here. 25-21. Central Dauphin leading it, and that is it. They win their 8th District 3 championship. And again, first one in 2 years as they unseed the champion, Cumberland Valley, in a well-played game here tonight. Great defense, tense moments. We're going to come back right after this with our post-game show. It's our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game, our Humpin Ford player of the game, and our Capital Blue Cross post-game report right after this.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor, featuring Case Construction, paves the way for your project from start to finish. With 6 locations, Groff Tractor is always nearby your equipment needs. Groff Tractor also offers scheduled maintenance along with 24/7 emergency service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
If you're looking for a quality used vehicle at a great price,
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford has the best pre-owned inventory, not to mention the best hometown buying experience in all of Harrisburg. With our market-driven pricing, you can be sure you're always getting the best deal. Plus, we'll give you top dollar for your trade. And you know who's got Harrisburg's best deals?
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency, 717-731-1142.
Erie Insurance.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, I'd never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
So a while back, I thought to myself, I'm never going to own a home. I'm going to have to rent forever. I didn't have money for a down payment. I had no credit history, and I just got out of a divorce. But PHFA showed me that home ownership is possible. They offer me a low-interest mortgage and a way to manage the closing cost. To me, this is more than just my home. It's a huge accomplishment and a new chapter in my life, thanks to PHFA.
The Jet Giambalvo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 4 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stadler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Genesis of York, and Giambalvo Hyundai of Hanover. The Giambalvo family dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale. Giambalvo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 4 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
The 8th District 3 championship for Central Dauphin. And Coach Randy Gamberlungi and his team celebrating that right now as they're announced as the champions here. And they are 8-4 coming to Hershey for district championships. And there you see him putting the gold around the neck of Marley Dickerson. And a whole lot of players out there with some really great play tonight. See everybody kind of happy getting their medals right now. Maya Dickerson, Lauren Cavoli, 2 younger sisters here of 2 players who were dynamite in this game tonight. Shirey with 8 points tonight. You saw Megan Cavoli there. What a blanket job she did on Jaycott. Shirey with some big points at the end. We saw Bowie, who had a tough time tonight, but in there with some pretty good rebounding. This young lady was impressive all evening long. Oh. Kennedy Cooper, how about her?
Boy, she was impressive.
Quickness and strength.
Yes.
Alana Shirey, another younger sister here, gets her medal. A lot of sister acts in this group. 3 of my cats so far.
And they're 9th and 10th graders, so they're going to see them for a while.
It makes it easy for them to get to practice, doesn't it?
Pedigree there, huh? We saw Alexis Ferguson getting her medal. Leah McGreevy, Amelia Green. Amelia Green, I thought she was dynamite. Tied in lead scoring tonight for this team with 8, along with Shirey. Yep. And she was big. Had a couple big plays, including that little keep-away play where she faked the handoff and took it in for the layup.
Yeah.
It's interesting, such a low-scoring game. You can remember to isolate every play you saw tonight offensively, right?
Yeah, you really. Yeah,
well, I thought Deja Hill did a nice job on the Cumberland Valley side. She had 10 rebounds.
And Randy Gamberlungi, and what a great job he did with this Central Dauphin team. Winning another close game here. They beat them 44-24 last time. They lost 30-28 early in the season. And now in this one tonight, 25-21, the lowest scoring game yet. As the captains come out here, Megan Cavoli, Caroline Shirey, Marley Dickerson, coming out here to receive the trophy that's going to go in that crowded trophy case over there at Central Dauphin High School. Welcome back to our Capital Blue Cross post-game report. I'm Gary Sutton. Alongside of me is Pat Flannery and also Jeff Thompson. And we saw a real battle here again tonight between two teams that knew each other extremely well. Quick analysis here in the post-game, Pat.
Yeah, I thought the played true to form. The end of the ball game, what made the difference is a couple more plays, and that big three that Cavoli shot, that was big, and the big one also was Dickerson. They were the two big plays. From there, it was played out the way it should, and I thought it was outstanding coaching on a night where the kids were just playing really hard and some balls didn't go in. Jay Cott with 11 hard points for Cumberland Valley tonight. You talk about Deja-Ville with 10 big rebounds. They did some good things here tonight, but just not quite enough to get over the top.
Well, not quite enough, and it's interesting because there weren't very many foul shots shot, but it's the 101 that Shirey made and the couple foul shots that Cumberland Valley missed were the difference to me. I thought these teams were so even, played such hard defense, and it was fun to watch this game. And like you said, it wasn't a high-scoring game, but it was a marvelous game.
Yeah, it really was. It was one of those low-scoring games. It was fun to watch. Both these teams going to head into the playoffs now, the state playoffs. Cumberland Valley with a 19-5 record, and of course, with a 20-5 record and a 20-4 record for Central Dauphin. Let's take a look right now at our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game. And I don't know what Josh has for us tonight, but I'm anxious to see what the play of the game was in this one. Here you go. And there you got that steal. And that was a huge moment in this game. It was tied up at that point, and Marley Dickerson anticipated that pass. You saw the back turn, the pass. Marley Dickerson in. She's going on a full ride to Niagara next year, but they're glad that she's a Central Dauphin right now. That's our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game. And speaking of Marley Dickerson, how about our Hoffman Ford player of the game? Marley Dickerson tonight is earning that award. She played great defense. She had 4 points tonight. She distributed the basketball. She did all kinds of unmentionables. Coach Flannery, talk about her play here this evening.
Well, I've talked about it all night. She's just so impressive. She's long. She's really competitive. She handles the ball. She has a mid-range shot. We'll see what happens when she goes to college with the three. But one of the most impressive physically young ladies I've seen play basketball this year.
I think something else, too, to add to that, she's composed. You never see her lose her composure. With a point guard, you'll love to see that kind of extension of the coach on the floor, Jeff Thompson.
So combine a great athlete with someone who thinks the game like she does and someone who can execute those kinds of plays at a crucial time. That's what an MVP does.
Yeah, I think we were talking before the game tonight, and I think Joe, the guy we were talking to before the game tonight, Joe Gilloway, who's over there at the Linglestown Sentinel, or Linglestown, what is the paper called? Or Gazette. I'll get it right eventually. He said, you know, Marley Dickerson tonight just has to be a point guard. I thought she was exactly that tonight. Did a lot of great things and really handled the distribution of the basketball, good defense, and timely offense when it was needed. Well, we want to thank you for watching our first game of the two here tonight. Don't forget, we have an interview coming up right now with Greg Cavoli and Charlie Fortney on the partnership and transition between Advanced Hoops and Team PIAA. You want to watch that. And then we are going to come back and get ready for our second game tonight. It's the boys 5A matchup, and we've got a good one here tonight. Shippensburg, the runner-up in the Mid-Penn Championship this year, going up against the Lancaster-Lebanon League champion, undefeated 27-0, Lampeter-Strasburg. And both these teams got here via triple overtime. It's coming up next, all live from the Giant Center. This is High School Sports Live on ABC 27.3. We'll be back after this. I'm Gary Sutton, host of High School Sports Live TV. You watch on ABC 27.3. And I'm here today with Charlie Fortney of Advanced Hoops and also Greg Cavoli, now of Team PA. Charlie, 10 years ago, you started Team PA. I know originally Advanced Hoops was just going to be an instructional type program, but there was a place that you wanted kids to be able to go, and Team PA became kind of the natural outgrowth of that. 300 kids in college now as a result of that. Still a lot of kids that want to play. Talk a little bit about you and Team PA and what's happening to that right now.
Yeah, the AAU grew pretty strongly over the years with a lot of help and support. Coaches like Greg and our whole team just did a good job of making it something special in South Central Pennsylvania, and it's even recognized well throughout the state. But we never intended, to be honest, to ever start AAU basketball. In fact, in 2001, the whole goal was to not do that and just develop a training program where kids could train and not necessarily have to play on teams as much. So interesting thing happened along the way. You get parent feedback, and parents start saying, I need a good AAU program, and they do. And so we saw that there was a lack of opportunity in South Central Pennsylvania, so we started Team Pennsylvania, and it has been a success. But we're just more excited that we can get back to a little more of our first love and just focusing on training and development while we partner with this new Team PA under Greg Cavoli, where he can keep it going and hopefully continue to take it to the next level for the kids in this area.
Greg, a lot of people worry about the idea of something going away. Well, Team PA is not going away. The transfer is going over to you, and you're the new leader of Team PA. Talk a little bit about what it means to have Charlie have the confidence in you to take over this program.
I better not mess it up. That's what it means. I've had the privilege of working closely with Charlie, maybe as a silent partner the last several years, and I'm honored to take the program over. It is rare, I believe, in Pennsylvania and maybe any state that an AAU program can last 10 years and have the distinction of having teams on both the girls and the boys side. So the first thing you do is you bring on a great team, and so I had a lot of people raise their hand to come and help this transition. But we're honored. We got to keep it going, and yeah, we have to make it better.
Charlie, I know one of the things you are going to do is to really support Greg and talk a little bit about how that support comes down.
Greg's passion for AAU, he eats, sleeps, and breathes the idea of Team Pennsylvania. He's a believer in it. He coached in it, supported it. So the idea of someone with his skills being able to just dial in on Team Pennsylvania, build it, we're hoping it can take it to the next level. And I think they're already doing some good things I'm seeing. And Greg's going to talk about that in a second. And then we have to do our job to do that on the advanced hoop side.
Greg, you talk about taking an iconic name like Team PA to another level. You've got a vision. You've got some ideas that are new and some really exciting things for people to be aware of out there. Tell them about it.
Yeah, so for starters, two directors joined the team, Taylor Dippery and Corey Dickerson. And then about a month ago, on our boys' side, Lloyd Hill, who's a big basketball name in the central Pennsylvania area, came on to run our boys' side. With that, an AAU program really is defined by its top teams and its high school teams, and we've put a lot of effort into what we're going to do with both the girls and the boys' high school teams. The boys will play with Hoop Group, which is a big name on the boys' side tournament circuit, and the girls will play with Select Events, Select 40. Now, the big announcement that all the kids wanted to hear, all the athletes wanted to hear, was they will be gear sponsored. And so, yes, they'll have sneakers. They'll be wearing the Zoom Freak 3, and I didn't bring any today for you guys. And then our website, teampahoops.com, where you can find our tryout dates, which will be at the end of February, beginning of March. And all the information you need is on the website and on social media.
Two iconic names here in central Pennsylvania, Advanced Hoops, Team PA. They work hand in hand. One instructs, one's playing, but I'll tell you what, they're both going on. They're going to thrive, and they're going to flourish, and you have a chance to take part in all those with Advanced Hoops and Team PA.
Hi, I'm Jackie Ferentinos.
And I'm Steve Ferentinos.
And we're the owners of Valley Bistro. Valley Bistro is a modern bistro located in Enola, Pennsylvania.
We're open 7 days a week from 7 to 2. We offer indoor and outdoor seating. We have a catering facility for all your needs.
We have been clients with Capital Region Insurance Agency for 2 years. When we first met Warren and Logan, we realized that we were undercovered. They were able to assess our needs and provide us with the proper coverage we needed for our restaurant. The program they provided us reduced our premiums and enhanced our coverage. They even went as far as to complete all the paperwork we needed, cancel our other policy, and make everything a completely smooth transition.
In our experience, we usually have used other agencies and it would take days and hours to get back to us, whereas with CRIA, they immediately get back to us within minutes. CRIA has the best customer service, and that's what separates them from other agencies in the area.
When you choose to go with CRIA, you're choosing to buy a promise that, God forbid anything would happen to your business, they will be right there for you. Shopping for insurance is never easy and usually a lengthy process, but when it comes to CRIA, they're the ones to get it done for you. Choose them, you won't regret it.
I'm Gary Sutton, host of High School Sports Live TV. You watch on ABC 27.3, and I'm here today with Charlie Fortney of Advanced Hoops, and also Greg Cavoli, now of Team PA. Charlie, 10.
If you're looking for a quality used vehicle at a great price,
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford has the best pre-owned inventory, not to mention the best hometown buying experience in all of Harrisburg. With our market-driven pricing, you can be sure you're always getting the best deal. Plus, we'll give you top dollar for your trade. And you know who's got Harrisburg's best deals.
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
I've been playing football for 4 years, since my freshman year in high school. My plans are to attend Penn State University and play football. Our trainers from OSS helped us prevent injuries by shaping us, wrapping us. They've always been there at practices and games, and they were always there when they were called upon.
OSS Health. Extraordinary care. Extraordinary athletes.
At Capital Blue Cross, there are more yeses and fewer nos. Protecting your health and making it easier so you can spend time on what makes you smile. Helping our communities, your families, your businesses, big and small. We have you covered, going the extra mile. It's what we do. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
Years ago, you started Team PA. I know originally Advanced Hoops was just going to be in a We are live from the Giant Center in Hershey, Pennsylvania, the sweetest place on earth. High School Sports Live is proud to present the District Championship for Boys 5A right here in District 3. And tonight, we've got a great matchup. We've got Shippensburg, the Greyhounds, coming in here tonight at 20-3 against Lampeter-Strasburg, who is 27-0. And both these teams got in here tonight via triple overtime to play in this championship game. We're so proud to be bringing it to you here tonight on High School Sports Live TV. We're proud to present the district championships anytime, and tonight we're looking at two teams that are bringing some explosive games in here. Tonight's live broadcast is made possible by our premier sponsor, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, Enterprise Rent-A-Car, Hoffman Ford, and Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. I'm Gary Sutton. Alongside of me, head coach of Bucknell for 14 years, national championship coach at Lebanon Valley before that in 1995. A guy who had a little something to do with March Madness back in the 2005 and 2006 season when his team beat Kansas and Arkansas and was the talk of the whole country. Pat Flannery here with us tonight. On the other side, the coach, Jeff Thompson, who was in a state championship game with his Trinity team some years ago with the girls, and then coached a whole bunch of other teams, too numerous to mention at this point. And I'm Gary Sutton. It's great to be with you this evening. And when you talk about these teams tonight, you have to talk about Shippensburg. Anthony Smith, our Commonwealth Charter Academy player to watch here tonight. Jeff, talk a little bit about this club.
Well, Anthony Smith is characteristic of their team. He's an inside player. He can shoot from outside, but they do everything inside. He's got great footwork for a big guy. For a young man that age, he's got amazingly agile. He can rebound, he can go after and get the ball, and that's what he's going to have to do tonight. But don't forget his two running mates, Jeremy Thomas, JT, number 24, is pretty effective too at 6'4", and Jaden Statham, he's playing with a torn labrum, a torn left labrum, and I understand, I didn't see the game, but he did a marvelous job in that triple overtime game.
He keeps snapping that shoulder back in. The guy's playing through all kinds of pain right now. And so you look at Smith. Oh, yeah, and by the way, he's going to be playing football next year on a Division I scholarship at the University of Minnesota for PJ. On the other side, our OSS Health player to watch tonight, this kid is a sophomore, and he is filling it up. You've seen him play. Ty Burton, talk about him and this LS team that's undefeated, just barely, though, coming off a triple overtime win the other night.
Well, everything you said about Ty Burton is true. He has the bounce, he has the quickness, he gets the ball up, 21 points a game. Two other names are Wagner and Wirt, and there's a few more. But the thing about LS, their top 4 to 5 scorers are shooting over 50% from the floor. And I find that pretty impressive for a high school basketball team that likes to go up and down and shoot the ball. So they come out firing, they're going to look for you. They really are a handful to guard, and it's going to be their balance and their quickness, their ball movement against this powerful Shippensburg team.
Coach, when you look at the number, you got Berkeley Wagner, number 2, with 47 threes. You got Isaiah Parado, number 12, with 64 threes. You've got Ty Burton with 60 threes. You got Benjamin Wirt with 53 threes. You got a team that has made 239 threes this year, and you look and say, well, what has Shippensburg done? 43 threes. Think it's going to be an inside game against an outside game?
Yeah, I guess. And what's amazing about these stats, and you guys have more stats than I do, this Lampeter-Strasburg team has a 2-to-1 assist to turnover. To have that the way they play, as wide open as they play, again, it's just a very impressive stat to me.
What's more impressive on the three-point stats to me is they shoot at 42%. 42% as a team from the three. They're 73% from the line, and they're a team that's averaging 70 points a game. But this Shippensburg team has a lot of good slashers and people that can come right at you all night long, right, Coach?
Well, offensively, that's for sure. But if Lampeter-Strasburg is that good and they move the ball that well, we got some big guys that are going to have to chase, and that could be a problem for Shippensburg.
You talked about Anthony Smith inside, 17.8 points a game. Jeremy Thomas, you liked him a lot last game in the Mid-Penn Championship. 17 points a game. He can slash. You got Cater, who can knock the three down. He's got 33 threes on his own. And Jadam Staten, you got to give this guy the Courage Award of the Year. He's playing through pain with that torn labrum. 14.6 points a game, was the player of the year this past year for his division. So this guy, these guys can really get at you in the inside.
Well, this has made my night because you did listen to me talk about Jeremy Thomas, and you just acknowledged that. I am tickled. I am thrilled. You've made my evening. No, you're right about these guys. They play tough. They play strong. They've been there. Look at these 2 triple overtime games. Both of these teams got to feel their destiny to be here.
Guys, we're going to take a break. We're going to get ready for this one. It's a 5A championship game, and it's coming your way all here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.3.
So a while back, I thought to myself, I'm never going to own a home. I'm going to have to rent forever. I didn't have money for a down payment. I had no credit history, and I just got out of a divorce. But PHFA showed me that home ownership is possible. They offer me a low-interest mortgage and a way to manage the closing cost. To me, this is more than just my home. It's a huge accomplishment and a new chapter in my life, thanks to PHFA.
At Capital Blue Cross, there are more yeses and fewer nos. Protecting your health and making it easier so you can spend time on what makes you smile. Helping our communities, your families, your businesses, big and small. We have you covered, going the extra mile. It's what we do. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
The Jet Giambavo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 4 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stadler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Genesis of York, and Giambavo Hyundai of Hanover. The Giambavo family dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale. Giambavo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambavo family of dealerships. 4 great locations. Online at Giambavo.com.
If you're looking for a quality used vehicle at a great price,
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford has the best pre-owned inventory, not to mention the best hometown buying experience in all of Harrisburg. With our market-driven pricing, you can be sure you're always getting the best deal. Plus, we'll give you top dollar for your trade. And you know who's got Harrisburg's best deals.
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
Hi, I'm Jackie Ferentinos,
I'm Steve Ferentinos.
and we're the owners of Valley Bistro. Valley Bistro is a modern bistro located in Enola, Pennsylvania.
We're open 7 days a week from 7 to 2. We offer indoor and outdoor seating. We have a catering facility for all your needs.
We have been clients with Capital Region Insurance Agency for 2 years. When we first met Warren and Logan, we realized that we were undercovered. They were able to assess our needs and provide us with the proper coverage we needed for our restaurant. The program they provided us reduced our premiums and enhanced our coverage. They even went as far as to complete all the paperwork we needed, cancel our other policy, and make everything a completely smooth transition.
In our experience, we usually have used other agencies and it would take days and hours to get back to us, whereas with CRIA, they immediately get back to us within minutes. CRIA has the best customer service, and that's what separates them from other agencies in the area.
When you choose to go with CRIA, you're choosing to buy a promise that, God forbid anything would happen to your business, they will be right there for you. Shopping for insurance is never easy and usually a lengthy process, but when it comes to CRIA, they're the ones to get it done for you. Choose them, you won't regret it.
If you're looking for a quality used vehicle at a great price,
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford has the best pre-owned inventory, not to mention the best hometown buying experience in all of Harrisburg. With our market-driven pricing, you can be sure you're always getting the best deal. Plus, we'll give you top dollar for your trade. And you know who's got Harrisburg's best deals.
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
I've been playing football for 4 years, since my freshman year in high school. My plans are to attend Penn State University and play football. Our trainers from OSS helped us prevent injuries by shaping us, wrapping us. They've always been there at practices and games, and they were always there when they were called upon.
OSS Health. Extraordinary care. Extraordinary athletes.
And the national anthem being played here as the start of the boys 5A District 3 championship. Let's take a look at our officials here tonight. Tim Negrini, Mike Berry, and Kirk Singleton is there. And Kirk Singleton, you see his back to you right now, is interesting because he is the nephew. His nephew is the top recruit going to Penn State from Governor Mifflin, Nick Singleton, who was all everything this past year, the Gatorade Player of the Year in the country. These are from Berks County, so they're doing the job here tonight, but we are ready to get this one underway. Guys, I'm excited about this. Jeff Thompson, this is a great matchup here tonight. We've seen already in the Mid-Penn Championship what Shippensburg could do. They were the runner-up there to Cedar Cliff, but they're a team that can play hard.
Well, old school too, inside versus the Hoosiers.
And you look at this high-flying team, they share the basketball as well as anybody with Lampeter-Strasburg, Pat.
Well, they do, and they're an exciting bunch of kids. It's, you know, part of the reason this place is, look at the crowd in here tonight. Look at the sea of blue. These kids have been there all year, and you know what? They're undefeated. How many teams in the country can say they're undefeated at any level?
Both these teams got in here via the triple overtime route. When was the last time you heard of that? This has been a great tournament for overtimes as the ball is controlled here by Shippensburg, and they have it out of the gate. Ray Staver, the head coach for Shippensburg. On the other side, Ed Berryman coaches this Lampeter-Strasburg team. Look at Statham backing his man down in, and Statham up and in. Statham, nice job, little one-on-one back down move.
Well, you know what they're going to do right now. They're going to take them down and bully them. Bully ball.
Did you notice that they have a guard face guarding Smith?
So you have Lampeter. This young man right here can fill it up in a hurry. As you just noticed, man, he has unbelievable three ability. 61 threes of the year now, and he shows you why they're here. Had 35 in the semifinal the other night.
No hesitation.
Good Thomas over the top, right there inside, and the big guy gets it, goes back up again, and gets fouled. Tough matchup on the inside here as the foul will be marked up on Berkeley Wagner. That'll be his first, and at the line is the big guy, Anthony Smith, 65% free throw shooter from the line.
What I was so curious about coming out here is, are they going to play inside there and try to front and back him, or are they going to try to pressure out front and try to put some pressure on Jaden and the perimeter people? That's why, again, I felt like Thomas could be a big part of this, because those two folks are the two that are going to have to identify.
How about that stroke from the big guy? 2 up, 2 down, 4-3. Shippensburg leads it here in the early going. Man-to-man defense by Ship on the other end. Lots of interesting screening and sharing of the basketball here. Behind the back pass, little pass there, and Smith makes him pay for it. Smith with a matchup there he wanted. Ball's loose, picked up here by Statham. Statham ahead to Thomas. Thomas trying to control it. Thomas stays with the baseline. Thomas underneath, up, not going to go. Taps it again, and in, and give it to Thomas on the play.
There's an adjustment LS will have to make. They're probably used to scoring that in there with Smith in there. They're not going to get that extra one.
Look at the sophomore here, off the front of the iron here, and picked off by Cater. Here comes Statham into half court. Shippensburg has never won a district championship. Lampeter-Strasburg won one in 2002.
I'm wondering if the LS kids have ever played here before. They got a couple young kids.
Not sure they didn't play here in the playoffs last year. But I think it would have been in the semis, not in the finals when they played semis here.
Gonna have to get, both teams are going to have to adjust to each other. Shippensburg with these guys shooting a three in the perimeter, and same thing with LS guarding their power.
Look from Granick off. Here you got a good look from three. That's not going to go down. That from Benjamin Wirt, and a rebound again to Shipp. Again, the three is where this team lives. They're very comfortable. 239, 240 of them on the year now. Look at this. What a turnaround down there by Statham, and Statham with 4 points early here. 8-3 lead from Shippensburg. There's another three. Not going to go. Long rebound, and off comes Thomas with it. Thomas getting jammed up there by Burton. Off Lampeter-Strasburg, out of bounds. And Ed Berryman's going to call timeout. He doesn't like the way this thing's going here early. We'll take one as well. You know, Team PIAA tryouts are coming this spring. You need to keep an eye out at www.teampahoops.com. They're putting together some great teams right now, is Team Pennsylvania. And Advanced Hoops is offering a spring triple threat for kids 5 years old to high school level. A great alternative to AAU. A special middle school boys spring league for 8th and 9th grade boys is going to be held this year. To find out more, go to www.advancedhoops.com. Gary Sutton, Jeff Thompson, Pat Flannery here with you courtside at the Giant Center where it's 8-3 early. Shippensburg's laying the wood out here so far.
Well, they've exerted their will. They're going inside, being strong. I thought Statham took a real bad hit, and he made a bucket out of it. Very impressive.
Nice job here by Luka Branick running over to the official saying, it's our ball, and the official says, no. It belongs to Shippensburg. Trying to get it into Smith.
He keeps it high, too. He keeps it high.
When he holds it high, not many people are going to get to it. Now they're in the half-court look here. And there's Thomas walking with it.
One thing, guys, I think you're going to really enjoy with Lampeter-Strasburg watching live. I love their spacing. They're one of the few teams that really do a lot of that back screen fade, and they do a great job of delivering the ball when it's there. They're hard to guard on the outside. Some of those shots are going to go down. They've had a couple good looks.
Burton gets away with some carries on his dribble. Watch him. You watch how much he keeps that hand on the side and holds it back. I've always been bothered by that, by the way.
Well, I know you are, because I used to hear coaches say you used to talk to the officials before the game. Give them those ideas you're playing in their heads.
Look how far under the ball his hand goes. What a move.
Called it.
He's quick. And he finally got him. Putting that hand on the ball.
They heard you.
He tested it out.
Gary, you were prescient that time.
I was prescient. Second big word of the night now. Paucity and prescient. Prescient, huh?
Next is plethora.
I know. If he says vortex, we're in trouble.
Hey, Pat, I like your tie, too, that Bucknell tie.
Here you go. Back in the half court now for Shippensburg. This is where they want to live. And this time it's Thomas up off the board, won't get it to go. Quickly the other end. Look at Burton how quick. Burton in and stretching it out, and the sophomore can play. 5 points in the game. He's got all 5 for his team so far.
Yeah.
Here's Statham. Over the top they go to Smith. Who's going to get that one other than Smith? But Smith missing the layup. Back up it goes, though. The big guy says, I can put it back in the second time, though.
That's the second time he's gotten his second shot after an offensive rebound. They're not doing a good job after initial.
Well, he's building up his stats, too.
There again is the call. He's carrying it underneath, and I think a good call by the official.
Oh, boy.
Yep, and if you start that, he's not used to having that called on him.
No, he's not.
I'm telling you what, though, he's taking real advantage. I was going to say, you carry it any further, you don't have to dribble.
Yeah.
See, us old-timers like those calls now and then. I don't like the fact that it's being called on, but, you got to keep the game clear.
Let's see how they adjust, to the whistle.
Here's Statham.
They're in a 2-3.
Yep. See what you do here. Smith going to drop down inside. Now they're looking over, kind of trying to attack the seams here somewhere, you'd think. What they do here is they bring Mahalik in along the baseline behind the zone. Then now they drop Smith down in. There's a 3. That's out of character for them.
We'll live with that.
Yep. Ahead it comes. Off the hands of Brannick. Three-pointer, not going to go. Smith with the rebound. One thing's going to happen tonight, you're not going to get a lot of second rebounds here against this Shippensburg team. Thomas up, using his will there again, tapping it back out to Statham. Statham makes his move. Statham dumps underneath. Great pass to Mahalik, and Statham with a pass to Mahalik for 2.
Just looks so much bigger and physical that when those shots don't go in, it even shows it more.
12-5, Shippensburg with the early lead here and playing their game.
Boy.
Good closeout by Statham Brannick.
Excellent on that three-point line.
Back out it goes, and there's where they live. 3, yeah. Berkeley Wagner with the tray. They close it back down to 4.
Five straight closeouts right on the 3. Beautiful. You let one go, and they knock down a 3.
There it is. Here's Cater with the pass.
Looks like they got something funky here with 12 playing.
Look at Cater. Cater, the best three-point shooter. Doesn't answer the bell here. Taken down by Brannick. Brannick pushes ahead here. Kicks off. There's your pull-up. Not going to happen. Yanked down by Cater. 2:02 to go here in the first quarter. Look at Statham. Statham with a tough shot here, though. Probably not the best chance that time.
You don't want to get going with that on him and open up that floor.
Look at that move. Just got a little head and shoulder fake to the corner. Smith with another rebound. Smith's going to get it out, but not a good pass. That's the kind of mistake that's going to cost you a lot. Brannick. Hard move to the basket. The wiry Brannick has it blocked by Smith. Brannick puts it back up, won't go. It gets another one. Brannick back up again, won't go again. Brannick still with another one. 3 offensive rebounds there. Back outside it comes. There's your 3. That's not going to go. And finally yanked down by Cater. Wow. Good job of staying on the offensive glass, but they come away empty to the Pioneers. Cater.
Playing off of Cater.
It's a little surprised they're playing off
for being
that
a
far.
shooter. Like trying to pick their spots.
There's Thomas. Thomas, that's not the shot you're going to want Thomas to have all night if you're Ray Staver. Ball tipped out of bounds. Referee's talking it over. It's going to stay, I think, with Lampeter-Strasburg.
Yeah. One of the things I see is that Shippensburg is exerting so much effort on the defensive end, and they look a little fatigued right now. I see they just gave Anthony Smith a breather.
Well, it's like they got away from going back inside again, Coach. I think that's a great point that you make.
Yeah.
Ray Staver may sense that, too, because he's going to get a guy in here right now on a sub.
Yeah, they're going to have to, because that's hard to guard, guys, especially on that three-point line.
Look at that, coming off the inside screen, just kind of a wrap move. Lampeter-Strasburg, 32 seconds to go. They're down by 4. Good closeout again there on the shooter. Back out it comes to the guy you probably want shooting the basketball at the end here, Mr. Burton. Hand on top of the ball now when he's dribbling. Hines goes across. Coming back out is Parado. Parado with the 3. Wow. Set piece. Beautiful job. Parado knocks it down. 12-11 at the end of the first quarter. Shippensburg leads by 1 in the boys 5A championship game. All coming your way right here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.3. Your numbers at the end of the first quarter, guys. Ship with 10 rebounds. Lampeter with 6. Turnovers 3-3 in that department. But we've got ourselves a basketball game. Mr. Inside with Shippensburg and Mr. Outside here with Lampeter-Strasburg, Pat Flannery.
Yeah, you said it. When they were patient and they went inside, they went out. They had some good ones. A couple of ill-advised shots that really happened like kind of quickly for Ship before Coach could even kind of say, let's get Smith a touch. And on the other end of the floor, we said it a couple times. Guys, we've all been there. that guarding on the three-point line takes a lot of energy.
Really does.
If you're matching, it's a little different, but if it's straight man-to-man, you're playing all those fade screens, you're playing all that kind of stuff, you really got to be able to get out there and defend. So let's see what the rotation is, and let's see if Ship will slow it down with that inside game a little bit. Jeff
Thompson points in the paint. Ship with 8, 2 for Lampeter-Strasburg, about what we kind of expected here in this game.
Well, this was a prediction, an inside game versus a three-point game, and it's been beautiful so far.
At a 12-point differential in the three-point game with Lampeter, 3 out of 7 on the three-point line in the first quarter. Ship, nothing out of 4. So playing out as we thought it might so far. Let's see what happens here starting the second quarter. Lampeter with the ball. I'll tell you who does a lot of work off the ball is Isaiah Parado. And look at this. These guys are lighting it up right now as it's number 2 from downtown, knocking it down.
Well, it was 12-8, gang, at the end of the half. They ran that clock down, and you would have thought that they were leading by 6.
4 threes in the game here so far. We're just starting the second quarter. Look at Smith. Smith trying to dump it off, not going to go. Kicking it out ahead. There's Parado. Out in front of everybody. Parado in with the right hand and up for 2. And Parado is a great force here in the game. He's got 5 points. And all of a sudden, just like that on top, 16-12, is Thomas up. Thomas is going to get fouled by Hines. And for Hines, that'll be his first foul. Second team foul here in the game for Lampeter-Strasburg.
That turned quickly, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, when you make those 3 guys, that's a big weapon. When you're making that, the other thing though that I think that happens with is Lampeter-Strasburg brings some guys off the bench. And when you have your starters and you matched up and then all of a sudden you sub, there's a little difference, as you all know, when you start to put different people on the floor. And they do that with Parada.
Thomas misses his first one to get a second one up. And Thomas misses the second one. And this is Lampeter-Strasburg with the ball again right here. Here is Burton. And they hit you from so many places like this. That shot's going to be missed by Berkeley Wagner. Taken down finally by Irby Weller, who just got into the basketball game here. He averages 4.5 points a game. Shippensburg needs to get back inside, and there they go to Smith. Smith has the basketball, brings it down, lets the little guy play with it, keeps it alive. Mahalik up. Mahalik is not going to get it. They didn't use the backboard. Finally, Smith back up again and puts it away.
Really stayed with it.
Offensive glass is where they got to win the game for them tonight inside, right, Coach?
Yeah, Mahalik's giving them a real big boost in there. They got a lot of touches on the rim. Stay with it in the rim. I thought that they were a step outside Wagner that time, a little step outside his range.
Burton is so quick. Only a sophomore.
He'd be a good dancer, wouldn't he?
Yeah, here's Berkeley Wagner. Up, tough shot for Wagner. Another rebound there for Irby Weller. And here comes Statham. Statham with an ill-advised pass. A little sloppy with the basketball right now, Shippensburg.
Yeah, they get back in a hurry.
Look at this guy. They come out so fast, he get on you so quickly. On the other end, Benjamin Word answering the bell as he outruns everyone for his first deuce of the game. And you're going to see him pick up a foul here in the backcourt. Benjamin Word with his first foul, team 3rd against Lampeter-Strasburg.
Well, we talked about them shooting threes, but their transition game is unbelievable.
They've had 2 transitions so far where no one's been within 20 feet of the guy going in for the layup.
Well, I think a lot of that has to do with them offensively too. Ship can push the ball if they're pushing it together. Where they get into trouble is if they have 2 guys pushing it and 3 aren't. That's where Lampeter-Strasburg really can thrive.
Trayvon Cater back in there now as checking out will be Irby Weller. So here they are now sitting in this kind of a funky 2-3 for the moment. They just got the lead guy there. And now they drop off into the man-to-man. Good back door by Thomas, and they missed him. Here's Statham, wants to go one-on-one here. Statham back down his man, the open play of the game. Now they're playing 2 every time he makes penetration.
They just decided they're going to keep people in that paint wide open.
And here's a guy that could beat you from the outside if you let him, but so far they're not making him, they're not shooting 3 well, and so that little defense is packing in. There's a pull-up. This guy is like dynamite.
Fun to watch.
Oh my goodness, 7 points for Burton here in the first half. So heady for a sophomore. There's your timeout on the far side. 20-14 right now. Lampeter-Strasburg is leading it. And I'll tell you what, quickness against the big guys, and quickness is winning out here so far, Pat Flannery.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, again, I'm sure that timeout, guys, right? They took a timeout to say, to try to develop them a little bit. Like, here's the way this game's developing. If you open up the floor and Lampeter-Strasburg guys, we're not going to be able to defend them on the three. Vice versa, if you're a little more patient, that was a terrible turnover by Jaden there on that transition. He basically threw it to them. And so they're either going to run and try to attack them and then run the half court, or just walk it up and run your half court, but they're going to have to make a decision.
And, you know, Jeff, when you look at this team so far, right now, I think Shippensburg's been a little loose with the basketball. They've kind of lost focus of where they want to go with it right now, and they're throwing it around a little too much here in the half court when they obviously can dominate on the inside.
Well, they can dominate, so they have to be careful with the ball, but they play in a smaller gym all year long, and this is like a track meet. This is for cross-country players, because this is a big gym.
Well, the other thing, Pat, you mentioned earlier is Strasburg is playing inside here, and they're daring them to beat them from the outside, and so far, Shippensburg has shown they can't do that.
Yeah, they've had some open looks. That's certainly against them.
They're getting slashes there by Thomas, but not able to hook up on the short shots.
And Thomas took 2 threes that I didn't think were very good shots.
Burton falling away. This time missing, pulled down by Mahalik. Shippensburg needs to get back into the half-court game here. That's where they live. Mahalik on the baseline. Back out it comes to Cater.
They're diving from the wrong spots.
Strasburg is daring you to shoot it from the outside. They're literally staying off you. Look at this.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than having to think about an outside shot where you have to think about an outside shot.
Yeah, you need to catch it in rhythm.
Underneath it comes Mahalik doing a good job without the basketball.
Great.
Mahalik cashes it in.
Great look by Statham.
Mahalik probably moves as well as anybody in this team without the basketball.
It's like that unknown factor. Everybody's concentrating on Smith, Thompson, Statham.
So you got the stationary guys, and then you got the one guy that's moving all the time. You forget about him. Boy, Wagner was towing it up. Look at Smith jump out there and hedge.
Yep.
Here's Burton.
They pull the trigger fast, don't they?
They really do. When you talk about in and out basketball with the feet, Burton is as good as I've seen. Oh my goodness. Paraido with his second three of the game. He's got 7 points, and back of it goes to a 7-point lead, largest lead here in the first half, 3:39 to go. Don't forget our Jack Team Battle halftime report coming up at halftime, and also a chat with Big Star. He's here tonight. Look at Cater. He's thinking about it. They've got him thinking.
Yeah, he's really.
He does not want to take the shot. Yeah. You want to just take that in rhythm.
Look at Luke Hines playing defense inside.
Look, they're staying off him 2 feet.
They're playing their flashers high, but they're not playing anybody else on the perimeter.
They have made a decision that you're going to beat us from the outside if you're going to beat us tonight. And Shippensburg cannot do it so far. Look at that. I mean, basically they're surrounding 5 guys around the post.
Like to see them run their stuff and get it out of their offense.
Now you got the big guy, 3 guys around him. Look at that. And you get this, well, almost had a steal. There's Mahalik. Oh, seems to be everywhere. Paraido knocks it away from him, though, and here's Lampeter-Strasburg, 2:48 to go in the first half. Down it comes. Work. Dumps it off to Paraido and can't handle it. Turnover, Lampeter-Strasburg. New players into the game right now is Tyler Hall, number 41, his time in there tonight for Shippensburg, and also in is Spencer Eady. As checking out will be Statham, getting just a momentary break here.
So it's Statham out. Let's see what they do and how they play this. It looks like they're playing each individuals here depending on who's in the game. They're making Thomas shoot the basketball.
Put a little quicker team on the floor right now, too.
Now that's the idea.
Thomas up, Thomas in. Anthony Smith, rather, in. Anthony Smith having a great first half here with 8 points.
Where Thomas missed the ball there is where they're going to have to attack, is in that mid-post.
Oh, Brannick going in, but good block coming in off the bench right now for Spencer Eady. 23-18 right now with 2:12 to go here in the first half. Lampeter-Strasburg undefeated with the basketball.
Good defense, good closeout.
Got a little bit more quickness on the floor maybe right here for the moment.
Yeah.
For Shippensburg. Boy, every time they get it, they are towing it up for that 3.
Yeah, they're looking.
It's like a closeout drill.
There's Paraido, and he says, I got it. Look at that. Paraido you got that much confidence. 3 threes in the first half. Paraido with 11 points. 8-point lead, largest lead in the game so far for the Pioneers. 1:43 to go in the half.
You know, we talked about them curling. They curled a few times. You start to play it all off the top, and then you go step back, and they were underneath it.
So if the inside game is where Shippensburg wants to go, Lampeter-Strasburg says, we'll put 5 guys in the lane for you. Look at that. There's 5 guys standing in the paint right now. Great move by Thomas. A tough move to get his 4th point of the game.
I don't know how he got back to his left hand, but he did somehow.
He sure did.
He's a guy you want to see get going. I know you like the way he plays, Coach.
Yeah, I do, but I'd like to see him get the ball off the move, coming and flashing with Smith in the post.
Here's a patented 1-3-1 from Ray
Wagner. Oh, my goodness. They're just bombing it, ladies and gentlemen. 9 points, all via the 3 from Wagner now. 9-point lead, largest lead of the half. 57 seconds to go. Shippensburg with the basketball.
They got the Ship kids talking to each other a little bit.
They really do. 7 threes in the first half so far for Lampeter-Strasburg.
That was probably missing their first 4.
There you go. You got a timeout called down there by Ray Staver. We'll keep it right here, 29-20. I don't know how many coaches can prepare. You can prepare for 1 or 2 3-point shooters. What do you do on the college level when you got 4 of them that show up?
Yeah, you really do. And then you're taking a kid like Smith and you're asking him to guard on the perimeter, you know, on that end of it. And then on this end, he's getting doubled and triple teamed. So, you know, you got to play it online. I don't think Ship looks bad on the perimeter. I just don't like when they go underneath those fade screens. They're going to have to come up over the top of it and force them to catch it and take it right to Smith and let him play goaltender.
Yeah, you can't slide behind against this team. You give them 2 feet and they're ready to shoot it.
Well, you look at PIAA and Wagner. They're both 3 for 4 from 3. And the guy that we're really trying to stop is Ty Burton.
Exactly. And Ty Burton is on witness protection here the last few possessions. You didn't need him. 67 threes on the year for PIAA. You got 50 for Wagner. You got 61 for Burton.
I'd like to see their practices, their shooting practices.
And Wirt's got 53, and he hasn't shot one yet tonight, or made one yet tonight. You have 1 shot. So here's Ship. They're going to try to get maybe into a 1-shot situation right here with 33 seconds to go. Here goes Statham. Statham with that good pull-up. He started the game with. We haven't seen him since that. And then up and in, and they're missing layups. You cannot miss those layups inside. And Cater had a point-blank range. Here you come back again, spreading the floor. You talked about the spacing. Here they got it as wide as it's going to get for slashers and threes.
Well, Granich out here with Smith. If he goes back to that, he's going to have a tough time keeping him in front of him. There's the fade screen.
Oh, another look. This one a little bit off. Here's Statham. Statham's going to try to get back here and get up and in before it's over. And Statham strong is blocked out at the end by PIAA, and that's going to end the half. What a piece of defense getting back by Lampeter-Strasburg. 29-20. They lead it at the half. As we head to the Jack Giambalvo halftime report, we're getting all ready for that. And we'll take a break. We'll come back with more here. This is High School Sports Live TV. It's the District 3 Boys 5A Championship on ABC 27.3.
If you're looking for a quality used vehicle at a great price,
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford has the best pre-owned inventory, not to mention the best hometown buying experience in all of Harrisburg. With our market-driven pricing, you can be sure you're always getting the best deal. Plus, we'll give you top dollar for your trade. And you know who's got Harrisburg's best deals?
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
I've been playing football for 4 years, since my freshman year in high school. My plans are to attend Penn State University and play football. Our trainers from OSS helped us prevent injuries by shaping us, wrapping us. They've always been there at practices and games, and they were always there when they were called upon.
OSS Health. Extraordinary care. Extraordinary athletes.
So a while back, I thought to myself, I'm never going to own a home. I'm going to have to rent forever. I didn't have money for a down payment. I had no credit history, and I just got out of a divorce. But PHFA showed me that home ownership is possible. They offer me a low-interest mortgage and a way to manage the closing cost. To me, this is more than just my home. It's a huge accomplishment and a new chapter in my life, thanks to PHFA.
At Capital Blue Cross, there are more yeses and fewer nos. Protecting your health and making it easier so you can spend time on what makes you smile. Helping our communities, your families, your businesses, big and small. We have you covered, going the extra mile. It's what we do. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency, 717-731-1142.
Erie Insurance. If you're looking for a quality used vehicle at a great price,
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford has the best pre-owned inventory, not to mention the best hometown buying experience in all of Harrisburg. With our market-driven pricing, you can be sure you're always getting the best deal. Plus, we'll give you top dollar for your trade. And you know who's got Harrisburg's best deals?
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 4 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stadler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Genesis of York, and Giambalvo Hyundai of Hanover. The Giambalvo family dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale. Giambalvo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 4 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
Hi, I'm Jackie Ferentinos,
And I'm Steve Ferentinos.
and we're the owners of Valley Bistro. Valley Bistro is a modern bistro located in Enola, Pennsylvania.
We're open 7 days a week from 7 to 2. We offer indoor and outdoor seating. We have a catering facility for all your needs.
We have been clients with Capital Region Insurance Agency for 2 years. When we first met Warren and Logan, we realized that we were undercovered. They were able to assess our needs and provide us with the proper coverage we needed for our restaurant. The program they provided us reduced our premiums and enhanced our coverage. They even went as far as to complete all the paperwork we needed, cancel our other policy, and make everything a completely smooth transition.
In our experience, we usually have used other agencies and it would take days and hours to get back to us, whereas with CRIA, they immediately get back to us within minutes. CRIA has the best customer service, and that's what separates them from other agencies in the area.
When you choose to go with CRIA, you're choosing to buy a promise that, God forbid anything would happen to your business, they will be right there for you. Shopping for insurance is never easy and usually a lengthy process, but when it comes to CRIA, they're the ones to get it done for you. Choose them, you won't regret it.
And welcome back to our Jack Giambalvo halftime report here, where at the halftime it is 29-20. Lampeter-Strasburg they're raining threes down is what they're doing right now. Shippensburg with 20 points, wondering what they're looking at here tonight. Of course, Lampeter-Strasburg got in here with a triple overtime win over Hershey the other night. And on the other side, against West York, the Shippensburg team had a triple overtime win against West York. West York, I understand, had 4 tips to win the game and couldn't get any one of the 4 to go down. And here we are at the Giants Center tonight with these 2 teams having worked their way in here. Strasburg still undefeated for the season. On the other side, only 3 losses for the Shippensburg team that finished as runners-up to Cedar Cliff in the Mid-Penn Championship. So 2 very worthy teams here tonight. Gary Sutton with you, Pat Flannery, Jeff Thompson. Guys, first half, it was starting out the way we kind of projected it, and yet Lampeter-Strasburg upped their game, 7 out of 13 from threes. They're shooting at a 54% clip. We talk about 42% for the season. That's outrageous. 54% is through the stratosphere.
Well, it is, and they're making shots, which is big. But you know what happens is we've now seen a lot of teams in the area play each other, the Hershey's, the West Yorks. We've probably seen a lot of these teams. And I think what happened with LS was they got settled in and they started running that fade instead of going all that curl in which they set it up for. They got made open shots, but I really believe Ship did a nice job on the perimeter when they didn't go underneath those screens. I think they contested them. They're going to have to force LS to drive the ball this half. And on the other end of the floor, I think that going inside is going to help. They got to get it out quicker, and they're going to have to make some perimeter
By the way,
shots.
Coach Flannery, when he beat Kansas and Arkansas, was known as a coach who made a lot of great adjustments. Now, he just made one of the greatest adjustments here as a color guy you'll ever hit. Because I was bothering him through the first half. He was saying Stroudsburg which is up near his area, okay? Strasburg is what they call it down here in Lancaster, and he just went to LS. Did you see how he jumped out of that? It was beautiful. It was one of the best adjustments I've ever seen.
Thank you.
And you're known as one of the great coaches in the country with adjustments. Jeff Thompson on the other side. Great first half here. Shippensburg's got to find a way to get a little bit more variety with that outside shot because LS is daring to shoot from the outside.
Well, they wore down a little bit at the end of the half. The three-point line was put in, I believe, 1989, a third of a century ago, and it looks like Lancaster County has a lot of good three-point shooters in the county, and they're all at LS.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Well, let's take a look at our Capital Blue Cross, our AT&T first half highlights, first of all. And, man, I'll tell you what, it was raining here tonight in the Giants Center. There was also some good inside play as well. Let's take a look at them right here, guys. There's Statham starting the game with that back-down move. That was the opening 2 points of the night. And we didn't see another 2 points from Statham for the whole half, except one other little layup later on. And there they started it. You saw Burton killing it from the outside, and Wagner.
And they do a great job with their momentum. You know, when they're running those fade screens, they really square themselves and get that ball up quick.
Get at you in that fast break. Jeff said about that in the first half.
I call it a barrage of threes.
Here's a big guy going up Smith with a nice stick back. He had a couple of those.
Just can't bring it down.
Statham dumps it underneath. Mahalik, who moves so well without the basketball. Mahalik with 4 points in the first half. And then kicking it out, and they look for these things. They look for the threes, and you see, again, it's outside Berkeley Wagner. And there you see Parida, who moves well without the basketball, but can shoot the three when he needs to.
Well, you think you have him closed out. Jaden thought he closed him out.
There's Wagner again from the corner. It's getting wet here. And now Capital Blue Cross halftime stats, guys, and they're about what you'd expect to see here in this ball game. Let's bring them up right here. Take a look at the numbers. 7 out of 18 and 2, 3 out of 11 and 2 for Lampeter-Strasburg. But then you look at the threes. That makes up for the 0 of 5 on the other side. 21-point differential in threes right there.
Well, when you look at that, you wonder how they're within 9 points. When you look at that kind of disparity in the three-point
We told Josh Edwards they didn't shoot a foul shot. I said they'd never get close enough to shoot a foul shot. They're shooting those threes so well. Rebounds, look at the Greyhounds. They're getting the offensive board so far. 16-9 in the rebounds. Turnovers 6-3 though. That's a big number. They keep the turnovers down, this Lampeter-Strasburg. And there's your score, and that's the most important one here at the half, Pat.
Well, we don't even have assists on there, guys. And quite honestly, I said at the beginning, they're a 2-to-1 assist to turnover team. 3 turnovers, I guarantee you they have 8, 9 assists. So they're even better. They're better today. I really believe that Ship is going to have to turn this into a 5-on-5, 1-on-1 games. It's the only way they're going to play them. If they start to get any kind of help, they shoot the ball too much in penetration. I think Ship's good enough and physical enough to be able to do that with them. But then on the offensive end of the floor, you can't have wasted possessions and open the court.
And you can't also shoot it from the outside. You're not going to win from the outside tonight. That's not their modus operandi. On the other side, the other team is. We're getting ready to start the second half right here, and we go into it right now. We'll get PJ out of there. We're ready to start the second half.
Hey, Stokey.
PJ was getting ready to suit up out there, I think. He was ready to put on a Shippensburg uniform. Shippensburg with the basketball here to start second half, and look at that packed-in defense. And there again, Cater going inside, and you know where they want to go, and that's exactly what you wanted to do.
He didn't even look at the basket that time.
Nope.
Just fed him.
10 points in the game now for Smith. And now they're playing a little pressure here, three-quarter court coming back, Coach.
Trying to take a little bit of that edge off of them being comfortable, and then they're going right to man. Good move in that they're not letting them get set.
No zone, no seams here. They're just going to play you right now and see what Lampeter does to really create a little down screen to create on the man-to-man and try to get that three-point look.
It's not even the screening, guys, as much as you give a little bit of help and they're gone.
There's Brannick. Brannick running without the basketball, and Burton finds him. What a great pass by Burton. There's the sharing of the basketball that you talked about. Brannick with his first 2 points of the night, Luka Brannick. 31-22 here as we start the second half. Both teams doing what they do well, sharing the basketball. Oh, and Thomas coming right back with a little bit of a lazy pass again. And Ray Staver says, look inside.
What did we used to say? That he zagged and he was supposed to zig.
When he zagged, or vice versa.
I think Luke Vranich is doing a nice job inside. He doesn't have a whole lot of girth, but he really plays tough.
Well, he distributes so well, too.
And then you have to guard him, too. And he just floats around that that area.
He's kind of like the middle spoke on the wheel. Everything's kind of going around him. Look at him. He knows when to kick it. He knows when to take it. This time, a 3 missed from the corner. So they're only at 50% now from the 3. Here comes Statham. Statham underneath. And again, not a good pass.
No.
Had 2 guys in the same area that time. Mahalik and Smith were about 2 feet apart. Look at this. On the other end, they get back on you so quickly. And there's Wagner saying, I can make the 2 as well. It's his first 2 of the night. He's got 11.
That's the first time I've said with Ship that that's just poor transition. They were hanging their heads a little bit about that turnover, and you better not do that with these guys.
No, 33-22, biggest lead of the night. Jeff?
That's 3 uncontested layups in transition.
There, you got to get one of those to go, and he finally does, and that's going to open up that defense a little bit. If Cater can knock a few of those down, that's his first 3 of the night, 34th of the year.
Let's see who blinks, right? If he puts a couple of them in, see if they stay in there. I like this tempo, though, with them. They just can't leave their men when they're playing off the dribble.
Burton, he's been quiet since the first quarter. He has really not done a whole lot. He hasn't had to. Burton said the other night I had to put 35 down for us to win in triple overtime, but tonight, a little different role.
That's only their 4th turnover, too.
They don't make a lot of mistakes, do they?
Great defense by Trey. He hits a Trey and then plays defense.
Yeah.
Here's Statham. They got Smith standing outside. Now he'll go back down inside, you'd think.
Get into that quicker.
There's Cater again. Cater. I'd almost say to Cater, take the shot again. You just made one a moment ago. Do another one.
Absolutely.
There he is. And he takes the shot again, and he makes the last 2 threes, and they've closed it to 5.
They're playing like LS right now.
Got to let the young man know you have confidence in him, right?
Right. Well.
Okay, this little soft zone press coming back is shaking things up a little bit here against Lampeter.
Yeah, they're just not as quite as comfortable with all their fade screens when they had that press that.
Right. They drop back to man-to-man. So it's, this guy's not, I'll tell you, what a player. Berkeley Wagner, 2 deuces here in this half to go with 9 in the first half, 13 points in the game. I like his game.
Yeah. Good number of different folks playing Smith in there, front and back.
Yeah, they're making him go rope-a-dope.
There's Thomas. Thomas trying to do a little shake and bake, not going to go. Now they're setting a little pick and roll with Thomas. When Thomas sets a pick and roll on it, you know it. Thomas off balance going in. Thomas goes down. Looked like he hit an ankle there for a second. Hope he's okay. So the foul is Ben Wirt. That's going to be his 2nd of the night. So here back at the line now is the big guy, Anthony Smith, bound for Minnesota on a football scholarship next year. I think this guy's been in the weight room from time to time.
Yeah, great rebound on the ground. He got that rebound at 2 feet, at 2 inches.
11 points in the game now for the big guy.
How powerful when he does go up. He just has people hanging on him.
Just exudes power. What a stroke, too. 65% free throw shooter, 100% tonight. He's got 12 points. They close it down to 5 again, 35-30 as Wirt would make that Burton with the basketball. 4:11 to go in the 3rd quarter. Don't forget to check us out at hsslivetv.com. Look at Wagner again, just challenging. This time knocked away by Mahalik. Smith trying to get it. Tip back to Burton. Look for Burton, pull up. Burton pulls up, knocks it down. That's almost like a layup.
How many kids have we seen that can't do that pull up, you know, in transition like that?
That's
just
a lot
on
of
dime.
practice.
Just on a dime. Here's Statham backing him down. Out it comes again to Cater. Cater goes in, shows you the 2 this time. Smith up over everybody. Smith puts it on the ground. Smith back up and in, and Smith with 14. Big guy making his presence known.
Heating up, gang, heating up.
Smith kind of playing his own game in there. He keeps the ball up there. Nobody get to it. Oh, and Burton with a little too quick a pass. Looking for Brannick underneath and just threw it away. The 5th turnover in the game now for the Pioneers.
Got him a little offset here, and they're playing they're playing one-on-one. They turned this into a one-on-one game.
They did what you said, Coach. Too. They basically have it. They're trying to get it inside to Smith. There's Mahalik. Pull it back out.
Don't leave your man.
The only guy looking at the basket from the outside right now is Cater. He'll look at the basket. There they have Thomas. Thomas put it on the floor, puts it up. If Thomas has a fault, I don't think he uses the backboard enough when he gets inside. His head comes up kind of late. He's a great player, but he just doesn't finish off the way you think he might be able to do so.
Well, when he flashes from right to left and they get it, he's completely left-handed. He's got to be able to stop and turn back once in a while because he's open when he's flashing. They did that in the first half too with him. But boy, I like his game.
61% free throw shooter, 0 of 3 tonight so far though. Into the game for the first time this evening is Carter Funk, and he'll replace Smith just for a moment or two.
Smith needs a breather.
Yep.
And we get a timeout called by Ed Berryman. We'll take one as well. Don't forget the Team AAU tryouts are coming this spring. Keep an eye out at www.teampahoops.com. Greg Cavoli doing a great job putting those teams together. And Advanced Hoops and Charlie Fortney in the crowd are offering a spring triple threat for kids 5 years old to high school level. A great alternative to AAU. Go to www.advancedhoops.com. And don't forget, coming up at the end of the game is the Capital Blue Cross post game and the Hoffman Ford Player of the Game and the Capital Region Insurance Agency Play of the Game. This is the boys 5A championship here at the Giant Center in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Home of great basketball. And of course, in a few weeks, we'll be doing the state championships from up here at Hershey. And these two teams right here could be contenders for that, you would think, in the 5A category. State rankings came out today. Lampeter-Strasburg, one of the higher ranked teams in the top 5 in the state. Here's Thomas back in the line trying to get his first free throw down tonight. Thomas' second one is up, and that one rolls down in finally after a little circumference. And it's 37-33. Lampeter-Strasburg with the basketball, 2:56 to go here in the third quarter. Burton hard with the basket. He's so quick. Just blew by everybody and gets it in for 2. He just fools you. He's had 11 points in the game.
And he knew Anthony Smith wasn't there.
But there again with Ship, they're letting him turn that corner instead of switching that and keep him in front of them. They're really getting ahead of steam.
Here's Statham.
I think you're probably used to having Smith in the bucket. Sometimes you do that when you have big guys.
Right now they're posting up Mahalik on Wagner. Now they bring Funk across.
He got back.
Thomas gets up again. Again, doesn't use the backboard. And again, it's turned away after 2 shots. Have to use the backboard. Finish those off. It's a high percentage shot. Burton again. Look at this. This time blocked. Great job by Mahalik. But there's Brannick coming right back at it. Brannick draws the foul. Boy, Luka Brannick once again in the right place at the right time.
He's done that all year long, gang. Kid that gets his hands on everything really long.
Foul will be against Trayvon Cater. That's his first of the game. So at the line is Luka Brannick. Brannick, a 58% free throw shooter on the season. Kind of tends to throw it a little bit here.
That might be his only weakness.
You know, that's one thing about LS, gang. They're not a great free throw shooting team if you look at statistics overall. I mean, across the board, which is really surprising for how well they shoot it.
They do shoot it at 73% though as a team. So
well,
not bad.
Yeah, take your top guys.
But right there, Brannick is not going to be one of them. 58%, 0 of 2 on that trip. 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 39-33, a 6-point lead. There's Cater again. They're giving a little more pressure. Parado out on him a little bit more that time after the 2 threes in the early part of this quarter. Thomas. Smith sets a screen. Thomas trying to go. There's Cater on the baseline. Looks back out for Smith and back to Statham. Thomas goes back door. Statham backing his man down again. Statham, couple jerks, not going to go. Cater has the 3. He's been hot this quarter, and he's still hot as Cater knocks down his 3rd 3 of the quarter. He's been the difference maker here as he's pulled his team back within 3. They were down by 9 at the half. Look at this, Wirt coming right across, and they're attacking this quarter a little bit more than the 3. 4 points for Wirt in the game. Back up to 5 it goes. 1:10 to go in the third quarter. Statham loses it, taken away by Burton. Burton's going to challenge Smith here. Look at Smith going up. Burton underneath the left hand. What a play by Burton. He found a way to use the basket and shield Smith away.
Cut him right off.
What a play. That could be the play of the game right there. Goes back up to a 7-point lead just when they had closed within 3. Shippensburg is answered by 4 in a row. Here's Smith. Smith loses it for a moment. He's in the lane a little bit long, and he's going to get a 3-second call. 33 on the back and 3 in the lane. That's 3 threes there for Smith. Not the 3 you wanted on that one.
No, not for sure, but At least he's working hard in that lane, though, and that's what they need.
Absolutely right.
He gets off balance a little bit, right, guys? Instead of like getting really low, he'll back you in and use his strength. And when they release him, they're letting him use his own momentum.
And he was about a foot up from the block further than he wanted to be. You don't want him to have to do a whole lot with the basketball to get his shot off. 29 seconds to go. LS has reestablished a 7-point lead, trying to take it up to more than that here. They are so poised. Look at this steal. Statham on the basketball.
Look at that.
Granick again. Granick has got another loose ball. There's Hines. Blocked away, though, at the end by Cater. Cater having a heck of a quarter. Down it goes. Up big time for Smith. Give two in your heart, though, to Cater. Smith punctures one. 16 in the game for Anthony Smith. 5-point lead. Time goes. End of the quarter. It will not count. 43-38. We head to the fourth for the boys. 5A championship here. It's High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.3. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
At Capital Blue Cross, there are more yeses and fewer nos. Protecting your health and making it easier so you can spend time on what makes you smile. Helping our communities, your families, your businesses, big and small. We have you covered, going the extra mile. It's what we do. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
And we are heading to the fourth quarter, and it's a good one here, 43-38 in the boys 5A District 3 championship game. Gary Sutton, Jeff Thompson, Pat Flannery with you. Pat, every now and then it's good to cherry pick. The big guy standing down there waiting for it, but man, give credit to Cater. What a quarter he had. 3 threes and some great defensive plays.
Huge, and you know, to end that quarter, guys, LS gets on the floor first. You got to admit, they're on the floor first. They got the loose ball. They got layup, 2 big blocks by Ship. You get a little leak out, and that changed the complexion going into this fourth quarter. This is anybody's ball game.
13 points for Burton in the game so far, 13 points for Wagner. But Shippensburg cut down on the 3 in that quarter. They made him go to the deuce more with the way they played defense.
Now they're going to go into this cutting game, getting it nice and wide.
In that quarter, by the way, not 1 3 from Lampeter-Strasburg. They didn't score a 3, and on the other side, the team that doesn't shoot from the outside that much had 3 threes. Yeah. That was Cater.
Trey had 3 trays.
And we said at the half, in order for that defense to be a little bit more honest, Cater had to hit some shots. He did exactly that in the third quarter.
Well, they played chicken, that's for sure, with him.
Look at Burton. I mean, Burton is just phenomenal. 15 points in the game now from Burton. He shoots it from mid-range. He shoots it from 3. Oh, and just about a walk there. Not going to happen, but they're going to try to get it back out to Statham. As Irby Weller got jammed there for a second. Look at Statham. That's where he lives, but again, doesn't get it. Back up it goes off Weller. Irby Weller into the game with his first deuce. Cleans up the trash on that one. They've closed him back to within 7 points. They have so many guys that can operate the show. They all handle the ball so well. Look at Weller. Oh my goodness. Burton is heating it up. 18 points from Ty Burton. That looked like a layup for him. First 3 of the second half here for Lampeter-Strasburg. That's noteworthy. There's a 3 from the corner. And how about Irby Weller gets in there and says, Coach, let me take a couple of these. I can make them. Timeout on the floor. Wow. 48-40. Lampeter-Strasburg leads it. And I'll tell you what, this is a fun basketball game.
Well, five-point ball game at the 7-minute mark. And it is back and forth. And you know what? The kids that are stepping up for him, you got your star at LS, you got new kids on Shippensburg, and it ebbs and flows with both teams. It's why we call it team, right? Everybody, kids are stepping up from all over.
We said they had to stretch this defense out the second half to Shippensburg. Well, Weller and Cater have 4 threes between them, and Weller comes off the bench, gets you 5 points right away, Jeff.
Well, you don't get this far and to this floor without being a great team.
You're right, Coach.
Yep.
And
they're becoming multi-dimensional here in the second half, which is what you really wanted to see. And in doing so, but they're down by 5 points right now. They were down by 9 at the half. And you've turned LS in the third quarter into a 2-point shooting team where they attack the basket because of the man-to-man defense. Now it looks like they're kind of getting back to that 3-point mentality as Burton kind of exerts himself here in the fourth quarter, Pat.
Yeah, well, it's been Burton, though, that shot the three. They did a good job of taking a couple of the threes away from the other LS kids. They've really closed out on them. But Burton, they were great individual plays. That three he hit in front of us here, we saw it from here. He got it up so quick, I don't think we even could say anything.
You know what's interesting? The other guys receive the three. Burton creates the three.
Yeah.
He's the one guy who can create his own three-point shot. Look at this. Without the basketball, Wagner. They show you another look right here. 15 points out for Wagner.
My hat's off to Coach Berryman there. That's a set look coming out of a timeout.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Coach Berryman is from York, Pennsylvania originally. I think he played at York Suburban. Here's Cater. Now they're playing Cater tough. You can see him respected now. The defense has moved out a little bit more for Lampeter. They're looking for Smith inside. Look at Cater trying to create some space between he and Smith. Statham. Cater with a shuffle there for a moment, got away with it. Statham with a three-point look. It's in and out this time. Good shot by Statham, just wouldn't go down. Granick with another rebound.
Big possession.
5:53 to go in the fourth quarter. There's Hines underneath. He's not getting that one off any day. The big guy was there. Hines looked at him once and said, I think I'll try it. And Smith said, not a good idea.
He could have pump faked 10 times and not gotten that one in.
Getting that shot off. That was in among the Oaks. Trying to get it to Burton. Cater on Burton right now. Boy, that's a tall task.
Yeah, Cater's been trying to guard him all night.
Burton gives you that little inside dribble, then pulls back and creates space on you. Kind of like reminds you of a boxer, going in and out, just creating space all the time. And there he is without the basketball. Loses it for a moment, gets it back out. Quick hands. Here's Hines again. Hines with the left hand. I think he thought Smith was right closer to him than he was.
Yeah.
Here's Thomas. Thomas to the corner. Another look. That one is a little quick that time off the hands of Weller.
There's a little bit of that Hurley game in him if you want to do his story, right? He got a little Hurley in him.
That's right. Talk about Hurley a little bit.
You think you're going to lock him up, and he steps up and hits the big ones.
Here's Wagner with the basketball. This team is so poised. You can see why they're undefeated. There's that carry. They got him again. Yep, see, that's 3 times they've caught him tonight on that. 2 in the first quarter, and that's the first time in the second half.
Yeah.
That's a good call. They never call that, though.
So there is the... Yep, there's the call. And it's a good call, and they're saying over there, they're not used to that.
Yeah.
And he doesn't need that advantage. He's so quick with his crossover.
Yeah, you're right. And it buys him an extra step. I mean, it really does. It's a good call by the official, I think. Here's a little flex move, and then getting inside the big guy. The big guy doesn't use the backboard, but he goes up again, gets chased away. And I'll tell you what, Lampeter just fighting back there with 3 guys attacking against the bigs.
They're holding on to his shirts for dear life. He goes up, he's so strong.
Yesterday was the anniversary of Wilt scoring 100 across the street here at the old arena. It looked like, and they said in the last 2 points that Wilt scored 100 points, the only time it's ever been done, guys were hanging on his shoulders. It kind of reminded me there as guys were hanging on Smith as he was going up.
Yeah.
Here's Weller, 41% shooter during the season, but not here.
Well, he's giving him a big lift.
6 points off the bench so far.
Well, they've gotten away from that junk defense because they've hit some threes, and it's given him Smith a little more room in there.
Just to get it to within 5 again. And I'll tell you what, if he's a 41% shooter with a stroke like that, something's wrong. I must have looked at the stats wrong. Maybe it was 81%.
I missed them up before, too.
50-45 here. There's a backdoor by Vranick again. Vranick up, not going to go. Tipped away, almost tipped in by Statham. So Statham with the basketball now. You got to think they're going to come back into Smith again.
Yeah.
Here's Smith looking for the cut. Now they post up Thomas instead. Thomas going up strong, and Thomas is going to get fouled as he forced Vranick to have to play him tough.
You'd like to see him finish that. He's strong enough to finish that. Gary,
I think Smith is gassed, too. He's got somehow, he's got 4 minutes, and he's got to play.
I watched Smith, and I'll tell you what it is. Watch and see this, Coach. Smith's eyes come up late. He turns with his body. I always think that the body follows the eyes. And when you locate with your eyes, the body will follow in. And that's why he doesn't use the backboard. His eyes locate late.
Yeah. Yeah, you've mentioned that a number of times.
I know.
I think it's a good thing for young kids to listen. I hope people do, because it's such a great point. If you can't see it, you don't find it, you don't know where you're at. And I think this young man's the same thing with the lefty.
Yep.
Get up there on the glass and finish it with your head up.
He's got 6 points in the game. He's had a lot of opportunities so far. Another timeout by Ed Berryman, a 30-second variety here. Hey, don't forget, Team PIAA tryouts are coming this spring. Keep an eye out at www.teampiahoops.com. Advanced Hoops is offering a spring triple threat. Charlie Fortney and Archie Smith Jr. and the gang are ready for the kids 5 years old to high school level, a great alternative to AAU. Go to www.advancedhoops.com. And coming up at the end of the game is the Capital Blue Cross post game and the Hoffman Ford player of the game and the Capital Region Insurance Agency player of the game. I don't know who I'd choose as player of the game right now if I'm looking at it right now. Still a lot of time to go in this one. But you got to think Smith is a big candidate here. On the other side, you got Wagner and Parado. Parado's been pretty quiet the second half. You got Burton, who's got 18 points in the game. You got Wirt. You got a whole lot of guys that have played really well.
Gang, I think we hit it right on the head at the beginning of the ball game. You had Smith, the big horse at Ship. I mean, he had to come with presence. He's doing that. And Burton in the same thing. He's made some plays here when they've been a little flat where he's allowed them to get their second win to be able to stay here. They should put it on him.
How about Cater with the assist a moment ago and 3 threes in the second half? He's got to get maybe a consideration there as well.
Well, he's had to guard Burton all night too, so that's either a plus or a minus.
Ship has never won a district championship. The last time they had a chance was back in 1987. York Catholic beat them in the final in that one.
Wow.
And that was the year York Catholic went 34-0 and won a state championship 35 years ago.
And Ray Staver might have been coaching then, too.
Get your mic up there. You sound like you're in the distance there, Coach. Here we go. Burton with the basketball. Who else would you want to have it? Kicks it out. That's almost always good. Not this time. There's Parado with another unmentionable offensive rebound. Look at that. Creating the shot again, and Burton up, and it rims out. Smith's got it. Trying to close the lead here, down under 4 points. Weller's got it. Weller off the bench has played great. Here's Thomas. Back out. They'll reset it now for Statham.
Looking for somebody to make a play for Ship.
Looking to get Smith in the post. He's being fronted there by Wirt. Bad pass inside from Cater. 3:26 to go. 4-point lead for the Pioneers. Trying to remain undefeated. Go into the state playoffs as a #1 seed. Unbelievable. What a play by Wagner. Berkeley Wagner somehow shielded the man off of the basket, and a little French pastry going up.
They all use that basket so well.
And there, quick shot, not a good shot from Statham. 6-point lead now. Here comes Lampeter-Strasburg. They might start playing the clock just a little bit.
Well, they'll be hard to handle there.
Or not. Parado with a shot. I might have been a little quicker than I'd have had it taken.
A little quick.
Here comes Thomas. Thomas going to call for a block is called on Wagner.
Woo!
I thought it might have been a player control, but the referee was on top of the play. And so Thomas pressing the issue there. Wagner will pick up his second foul.
Well, they're so quick. They're so quick with the ball. Everything looks like a charge.
So Thomas needs his free throws right now. Not been a particularly good place for him tonight so far.
Looks like he's not finishing. We've seen enough of him to know he can make free throws.
2 of 7. Wagner with the basketball, the rebound as Thomas misses both.
Can't come back if you don't make free throws.
Coach Jeff Hope from Central behind us here, trying to get in on the team here and be a color commentator. He's not here, he's still coaching.
Making a lot of noise.
He is making a lot of noise back. The old Trinity guard, right?
Well, he has a nice team coming back next year, too.
Sure does. Well, right here we're seeing 2 nice teams getting at it right now for this championship. Both want to go as the #1 seed in the state. That means an awful lot. You play at home an awful lot, too. You got a foul called here.
They only have 3 team fouls.
And it's going to be called on the big guy. It's Anthony Smith. That's his first. There you see Ed Berryman. What a job he's done with this Strasburg team. So ball will be brought in on the baseline by Luka Vranek. Trying to find work. Does. And there's another foul. So again, it's going to be on Smith, I believe.
You can't start looking at the board to foul. They got to play some defense.
So Smith with the foul. That's going to be the 4th team foul now. 5 on the other side for Lampeter-Strasburg. Here's Burton. Look at him pull Cater out to play him, and then just create in and out basketball. Just step at him, pull it back. He pulls it up. It's going to be three, and he makes it. Unbelievable. We got to get a look at that. It might be the play of the game right there, guys. He's going to go to the free throw line for a rare 4-point effort.
And you're thinking they might be using the clock. Nope.
No, look at this. He pulls him out, pulls him back, and then pulls up. And Cater comes across and fouls him. And a timeout by Ray Staver. What a backbreaker, 55-46. As Burton may have just put himself on the front of the stage here for player of the game. This guy.
So much fun to watch.
Oh, he's got 14 points in the second half to go with 7 in the first half. But that was phenomenal, Jeff.
That was unbelievable. And, you know, he was clearly fouled, but Burton had such a good follow-through and was up into his jump shot that it was three from the get-go.
Pat, you've seen a lot of great three-point shooters in your career. I don't know if I've seen a kid shoot with as much confidence at the three-point line.
Yeah, and they got here, right? They're here in Giant Center, undefeated. Told you I saw them earlier in the year a few times, and they play with, give me one of those big words, Jeff. I keep saying fearless, but you got to give me one of those big words. They really do.
Tenacity.
They play with that confidence that just doesn't seem like 16, 17-year-old, and that's a tribute to the coaching staff, but it's also a tribute to their ability. His crossover, his step back, his separation, he gets so much separation in mid-post that you have to back off him a little bit, and he gives him room to get it up. But what a quick release.
That was incredible. He's at the line now. And by the way, he shoots 90% at the line for the season.
Yeah, ball's going to be in his hand from 3 minutes in.
Okay, why not?
Why not?
The guy creates. Like I said, he's the one guy on this team that can create his shot on its own, and he just created a 4-point play. We haven't seen a 4-point play all year long. 22 points in the game for Ty Burton. He's only a sophomore. Back inside it goes to Smith. Smith being triple teamed, and they jam him. And I'll tell you what, give credit there to Benjamin Ward, who had his hand right on top of the ball. Benjamin Ward is kind of the quiet assassin in this team when it comes to doing a lot of things. He and Brannick do a lot of things that don't show up necessarily in big stats.
Yeah, and he kept one of the strongest men on the court from going up with the ball.
And kept his ground. He put his hand right on top of the ball.
Well, and he hasn't been a big scorer tonight. He scored 14 a game for them. He just played a game.
Weller shouldn't have stopped right there, but he draws the foul off Hines, so he stops the clock. A chance to score here with the clock stopped. 10 points down. Weller's been a good pickup here in the third and fourth quarter for Shippensburg coming off the bench. Weller's got 7 points in the game off the bench so far. He's 2 for 2 from the line. And this time he misses it. So Weller will get a second shot coming up here. Back into the game comes Wagner. Hines goes out.
So it's like a ball handling, free throw shooting group.
Exactly right. They trade 69% for 60%, but the ball handling I think is what Coach has in mind there, Coach Berryman. Weller's second shot is up there. Nice stroke again. Weller with 8 points in the game. Good job off the bench. 9-point lead for Lampeter-Strasburg. And now, this is a team that shoots 73% from the line as a team. Who do you pick? Not this guy. Puts ahead, Wirt underneath. Look at the unselfishness. Parado back to Wirt again. There it is.
That's
You
an
talked about
understanding.
Coach unselfish.
That's understanding the game. That's that 2-to-1 assist to turnover.
And the patience it takes to make that play. Here's Smith back up again, and Smith going to get fouled on the play as the big guy goes back to the glass. He's been the chairman of the board tonight.
Well, how do you spell team? And that last play just exemplified what a team basketball is.
That really was. That was a definition. And the poise in doing that. That's what really killed you. The poise, no rush.
Yeah.
Take your time. And you watch Coach Berryman over here, kind of an ease guy.
Yeah.
You know, you look at him, he looks like he's out for an evening stroll.
It's a guy that has seen his kids make plays, you know, and has confidence. And what do we just say? Both of these teams were in triple overtime, so it's not like these kids have any nerves right now.
Tell you what, he's churning inside though a little bit. Just saw him clap his hands 3 times. The first time I've seen him do anything like that all night. He's really excited, right?
Yeah, they're starting to feel it.
17 for Smith in the game, right on his average for the season. Backcourt. Yep, that's one of the few mistakes tonight. Parado threw it back to him. He's still back there.
You know, one thing I really liked about that, guys, I've talked about this year, their kids move the ball and don't wait to get fouled. I love that with a team that keeps the ball hopping, and then it's hard for you to foul. I understand kids can go make free throws, but when you move that ball and you get it hopping, it just makes such a difference on the finishing a game.
They're Statham with a back down, not going to go. Thomas with a missed tip. Brannick with it. Brannick's going to draw the foul. So Brannick's going to head to the line now. Only a 58% free throw shooter, so if you're going to pick a guy to foul, he would probably be the guy you'd pick.
I think there's one more.
And they have to give one more yet, so they still don't have the one-on-one. So Brannick says, good. I don't have to go to maybe not his favorite place, although I'll tell you what, the rest of the court's been a favorite place for him tonight.
Yeah, what a player.
Love the way he plays the basketball game.
What a feel for the game.
Timeout on the court. We're going to keep it right here. Jeff Thompson, you know, you got to love the way this Lampeter-Strasburg team plays basketball, and the sharing of the basketball, which Pat's talked about all night long, is really phenomenal.
Well, that was really an interesting play at the other end. 3 passes, they're both at 2 feet. Either one could have taken it up, but they got the layup, and they were so patient, it was like they were fishermen waiting for a fish.
You're up by 10 right now. You got to start thinking in terms of 3 if you're Ray Staver on the Shippensburg side, don't you?
Yeah, you have to. Where do you get it from, and what do you do? I think even more important is if you do score, what do you do with these guys?
Yeah.
Like if you're not used to pressing and you don't press man-to-man and you press zone, which they're doing, these guys are going to pick it apart. I don't even know if you get a foul.
It's like having 4 quarts of poison on the floor and you pick which one you want to drink. Yeah. It's not a particularly good choice to have to make, right?
No.
They have some closers, don't they?
The guy you want to look at right now, Cater, has 3 threes in the second half. You've got Irby Weller's got a 3 in the second half and has shown the ability to knock it down. And you can bet right now Lampeter-Strasburg is going to be playing that three-point line pretty hard when they go on defense. But right now they're on offense. And the guy you'd like to foul probably is Brannick. Next foul is going to be 1-on-1. So let's see what they choose here. Here's Wagner. Wagner, this is the guy you don't want to foul, and that's the guy you have to foul. Great job by Ed Berryman getting it exactly into the hands of the guy you wanted and sending him to the line for a 1-on-1.
And what you had to like about that, right, is the first kid got the ball. They didn't hold, wait for a double team. They passed it ahead, and now it's over. When you're going forward like that, it's tough.
This guy at the line is almost money, 90%. He's only missed 11 free throws all season, making 12. We just cursed him.
Coach Sutton.
Unbelievable. I'm so sorry. Here goes Statham. And Statham is going to draw the foul from Burton. Yeah. So they stop the clock, which is a good thing for them. They get to go to the line.
Boy, did he go hard to the basket, too.
Yeah, that was
definitely a block.
And Burton tried to stop him.
Statham is nothing out of nothing from the line so far tonight for the season. He shoots it at 72%, so the guy you'd want at the line right now if you're Shippensburg.
They've done such a good job of packing that lane in. They weren't giving him any opportunities.
They've held him tonight 9 points under his average. He averages 14.6. Remember, he's playing with a torn leg. This kid showed some great courage late in the season.
Yeah. I'm not sure that it's not even worse than worse than it looks.
Yeah, he's played through a lot of pain. You've seen him adjusted it all the time throughout the games. And now here's Brannick. That's the guy you want to foul. So Cater fouls Brannick. Now Brannick's a 58% free throw shooter. Earlier in the game, he missed 2 and didn't look particularly good shooting. Let's watch him right now and see what he's like here in the last 54 seconds.
I want to see that, guys, and I also don't understand it. I do it in front of the TV. Why is that not an intentional foul?
Right.
And yet, in the first minute mark, they might have thrown the kid out of it. He put the kid out of the game. I just will never understand that.
Have you ever noticed one thing, too? I don't know how you guys were about it. Did you ever practice fouling?
Yeah.
Most teams don't
you
practice
go for the
fouling.
ball.
Yeah, you go for the ball and try to strip and get a cheap one.
You're right.
So there's the throw. What we talk about. What kind of character do you have coming down the stretch here when the money's on the line, right?
Well, we talk about these stats all the time, and I give us, a hard time. When do you shoot your free throws and who makes them? Like a kid by the name of Badmus, you wouldn't put him on the free throw for the first 38 minutes of any game I ever had. Last 2 minutes, he would be the first kid you would put up there.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Character wins championships, doesn't it?
Yep. Character.
And there it is. 2 for 2. Money maker. 4 points, 10-point lead, 52 seconds to go. You got to get points in a hurry if you're Shippensburg. And there again, Statham drawing the foul. And again, making Burton have to foul. And for Burton, that's going to be, I think, his 3rd foul now. Burton's what, about 5'8"?
He's listed
He's
at
listed
5'10".
at 5'10". Yeah.
5'10". If he's 5'10", I'm 6'5".
Yeah, they listed me at 5'11" when I played, and I'm now 5'6".
Yeah. And continuing to shrink, by the way.
Easy, guys.
Oh, I'm sorry. We got a little cruel there for a moment.
Yeah. Oh, what a player.
Oh.
And again,
only a sophomore.
Sophomore.
He plays with the acumen of a college player.
And we're not faulting anything with Ship. I mean, they're here for a reason. They have some players.
There's 8 points in the game now for Statham. Inbounds. There he is again. He's got the basketball. He gives it up. Throws it ahead, though. Look at these guys. They get rid of it so quickly. And then quick foul. So Wirt's going to head to the line. 79% free throw shooter. Wirt's not been there yet tonight.
Yeah, I don't know what he has for points, but he played his role tonight. It's nice to see kids that have a scoring average and they can make an impact on the game without having to have their average.
I was just going to say that. He's a very intelligent young man, and you can just tell by the way he plays the game.
Wirtz, Hines, and Brannick probably don't get the pub because they don't have all the big numbers, and yet there they are out there contributing in so many different ways.
Yeah, and Pareto tonight, I mean, first half, look what he did. Second half, they've played him on the 3, and he's been out there a lot.
And there you have Wirt answering the bell again when they needed it. Keeping it up there at that 10-point lead. There's Statham. Statham to the corner. Cater wants to look for that 3. He actually going to get it. There's Weller. Weller had the 3. Instead, they put it inside and dunk it and get a quick timeout by Ray Staver.
Good ball movement that time by Ship.
Yeah.
Just not sure that the 3's not the answer right there, although you got it down to 8 points, 31 seconds to play. But you got to be thinking almost 3 right now, don't you? You're down by 3 big possessions.
Yeah, absolutely. And that last time I saw Coach Berriman, they went from a 2-3 and kind of made that a 2-3 because Jaden had dribble penetrated so many times, so that left Smith open for 2 and not for 3. So that's a good adjustment on their part.
How about Ed Berryman in this game and the adjustments he's made throughout the ball game? It's been pretty impressive.
Well, I thought he was Gene Hackman over there in Hoosiers.
And I think Ray Staver, the same thing. He got his team good spacing in the second half. He got Cater involved with the 3s. He got Weller involved with the 3s. And so he knew his team well. And I think he gave some real confidence. That one where Cater took the first 3, hesitated the second time through, and then he got it right back to him and said, take it. Come on, young man. You've been doing it all year long.
Well, you know, Coach Staver's an admirer of Coach K. And there's a lot of similarities in the way he has coached over the years. And I have a lot of admiration for Ray as a coach.
Wait, how'd you like to be down in
North Carolina,
Duke Cameron Indoor
North
Stadium
Carolina.
tomorrow or Saturday night? Coach K's final home game, and North Carolina. I wouldn't want to be North Carolina for all the money in the world.
Hey, I wouldn't want to play Duke in the NCAA with him with Coach K retiring.
There's Weller with a steal again, but throws it away, and Wirt now can run out the clock. And Wirt says, come get me. I'm 79% free throw shooter, and I love that charity stripe.
Well, I'm impressed with him, just the way he compliments everyone else out on the court.
You know, you watch these guys, you don't see much in terms of a show of emotion. They're unpacking the briefcases, going out and doing a little business. They'll pack them up after the game and get ready to get out of here.
You know what they look like, guys. I don't mean over the term. You know what they look like? They really enjoy just playing basketball. I bet you they play pickup in that town probably more than any place else. They just look like they play the game.
Well, Lampeter-Strasburg is known as a place near a railroad, and I'll tell you what, they've been railroading teams all season long. There's Statham shooting the 3, not going to go. Brandon Cassick gets it off to the guy who's probably going to be our player of the game, I would think. What a game these guys have played. I tell you, so much on the floor tonight, and they know now they've got it. 12.3 seconds to go. 10-point lead, and Ty Burton heading back to the line. He's 1 of 2 there tonight. The second one was my fault. Giving the announcer's jinx. Here's Burton, shot up. One of the rare shots of his that hit the rim.
Both teams have worked so hard to get here. It's nice to see they'll both be playing now.
24 points, yep, they're both going to head in the States in good positions, by the way. 66-54 right now. Here's Cater with the final 3 of the night. Cater knocks it down, his 4th 3 of the second half. But that is going to be it. Lampeter-Strasburg with their first district championship since 2002, 66-57. They're taking the gold back home. The Pioneers, the champions, and still undefeated now at 27-0, they say officially. 27-0. What a game here tonight. We're going to take a very quick break. We'll come right back. We've got our Capital Blue Cross post-game report, our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game, and our Hoffman Ford player of the game, all straight ahead here. This is High School Sports Live TV, championship style on ABC 27.3.
At Capital Blue Cross, there are more yeses and fewer nos. Protecting your health and making it easier so you can spend time on what makes you smile. Helping our communities, your families, your businesses, big and small. We have you covered, going the extra mile. It's what we do. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
So a while back, I thought to myself, I'm never going to own a home. I'm going to have to rent forever. I didn't have money for a down payment. I had no credit history, and I just got out of a divorce. But PHFA showed me that home ownership is possible. They offer me a low-interest mortgage and a way to manage the closing cost. To me, this is more than just my home. It's a huge accomplishment and a new chapter in my life, thanks to PHFA.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, I'd never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor, featuring Case Construction, paves the way for your project from start to finish. With 6 locations, Groff Tractor is always nearby your equipment needs. Groff Tractor also offers scheduled maintenance along with 24/7 emergency service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
The Jet Giambavo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 4 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stadler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Genesis of York, and Giambavo Hyundai of Hanover. The Giambavo family dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale. Giambavo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambavo family of dealerships. 4 great locations. Online at giambavo.com.
If you're looking for a quality used vehicle at a great price,
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford has the best pre-owned inventory, not to mention the best hometown buying experience in all of Harrisburg. With our market-driven pricing, you can be sure you're always getting the best deal. Plus, we'll give you top dollar for your trade. And you know who's got Harrisburg's best deals?
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
And welcome back to the Giants Center. It is our Capital Blue Cross post-game report as they are handing out the medals right now. Shippensburg getting the runners-up medal here after playing so well in this game, 66-57. Nice night again for Anthony Smith, 19 points. The big guy kept at it all night long. How about Trayvon Cater with 12 points in the second half? And off the bench, you had Irby Weller coming off there with 8 points. You also had Statham, who's played through a lot of difficulties with 8 points, and 10 points tonight, 8 points for Statham, rather. So they get the runners-up medals. And now you head over to the champions of District 3 in Boys 5A, Lampeter-Strasburg, the Pioneers, undefeated at 27-0. Ed Berryman putting the medals around their necks. What a team. I'll tell you what, guys. We've watched people use the 3. I don't think I've ever seen a team incorporate it as well into their offense, working for the 3 as this team did tonight, Pat. What do you think?
Yeah, and I guess that really starts, guys, right, where you're passing and you have a knowledge of the game, and you have to make the shots too, guys. So they did all three of those things really, really well. The last thing to that is, did they drive the basketball when you tried to extend on them too far? They drove it enough to keep you really honest on the inside. They weren't just a three-point shooting team.
I was just going to say that. Understanding space in basketball is so important. When you're back, they shot the three. When you came up, they went around you, or they screened somebody and came off it. But Jeff, it was fun to watch tonight. Shippensburg on the other end played well. I mean, they attacked the inside. They did what their strengths were. They got some good threes to go with it, 4 of them, but not enough.
They're a championship team. I just want to talk about Berkeley Wagner because he did that. He went to the hole strong 4 times.
Yeah.
Talk about this Lampeter-Strasburg team tonight. Talk about balance. Ty Burton with 24 points. How about Benjamin Ward chipping with 10? Parito with 11. He didn't score in the second half, and 17 for Berkeley Wagner, who showed you the ability to go to the glass in the second half of the basketball as well. So great balance, as advertised, and this team is going to be a tough out in the state playoffs. For Shippensburg, an oddity this year, they have 2 sets of silver medals now for the mid-pen, and also from this one here tonight in the district. On the other side, Lampeter-Strasburg has a couple of gold medals. In fact, 3 of them so far. Lancaster-Lebanon League, and now here in the district, 2 of them so far, and now here in the district championship, 2. And they're going to look for that third one, the elusive one. It's the gold medal in the state, and that'll be played here in about 3 weeks, and they hope to be playing in that game. So does Shippensburg.
Well, if somebody doesn't bully them to the point that they can guard a 3 on the perimeter and some size, they're going to be able to play with anybody the way they shoot the basketball.
There are just so many weapons. I mean, that's what you look at, and they're so quick. And as you said, Coach, they pass the ball before you have a chance to even get out there and get at them. They shoot it well from the foul line. They shoot it over 40% from the field in terms of 3. I don't know, Jeff, how do you stop a team like this outside of maybe a team that has an inside-outside combo that's maybe somewhere close to being equal to them?
Well, if they shoot like tonight, you probably don't stop them. I'd like to shout out to a friend of mine, Mike Scheib. I've never seen a high school game where a kid shot like Mike Scheib. He had an outstanding career at Susquehanna University, and Ty Burton is in that mold. It's unbelievable. All the old heads will know who Mike Scheib is from the Harrisburg area, but Ty Burton has an unbelievable future ahead of him because he works hard, you can tell.
And this whole team, I'll tell you what, Ed Berryman, what an outstanding job. Ray Staver on the other side, another great job by him over there with Shippensburg. He's been around for a long time. Let's take a look at our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game. I've got a whole lot of choices in my mind. I don't know what Josh Edwards picked up for us tonight, but let's take a look at it right here. There it is. This is the play of the night. That was Burton showing Burton. Sophomore with a 4-point play, went over and converted the extra point. Look at that.
No turnover there with the ball, right? Was that a good dribble?
Yep, that was a good dribble. Hand on top, went left, pulled back, went right, went up, got fouled. 4-point play. That is our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the night. And by the way, shout out here also to Chad Edwards, who just had an operation on his back. He's normally our great producer. His son Josh is doing a great job with us tonight. But Chad recuperated, and Chad, if you're watching the game tonight, shout out to you, man. You're the best. You've done it well all year long. We really appreciate it. We hope you're recuperating very, very quickly. Now, just in case you didn't think that play was pretty great, how about the play of this guy all night long? He went off and hit a little while there in the first half, and the rest of his teams were bombing threes, but he came back with a rage in the second half. He was Ty Burton, a sophomore, and he is our Hoffman Ford player of the game. Let's take a look at his body of work here tonight, in addition to what you just saw a moment ago.
We talked about LS's balance, but you need a lead dog, and he's the lead dog.
And he showed you some quick moves to the basket here to finish off. The pull-up jumper, a rare art anymore in mid-range.
Yeah.
He shows you the 3. He shows you can pull up right there again, mid-range jumper.
Well, you can see it coming, gang, when he gets a ball in his hands.
Look at that. He pulled that 3 up when most people would be scared to death, and it looked like and they said, yeah, not too bad.
Confidence. A big part of this game is confidence.
Oh, my. Well, final score here again, 66-57. Great work with you guys all season long. I'll tell you what, a whole lot of people say thank you to. First of all, to Dave Bidding, our guest host here tonight at Division at the districts here in 3. He's been working hard. He's going to be working hard all Saturday, too, as they come back. They got Journey concert here tomorrow night. And then it's going to be a journey again for the gold on Saturday for 6 more teams that are going to walk away with it. Chad and Josh Edwards and Vicka doing a great job all season long, and that whole staff, TJ and the whole crowd, they just did a wonderful job. Archie Smith Jr. here tonight, keeping stats for us here, and also in the York League Championship game. Charlie Fortney here helping out tonight. Charlie's been doing it all season long for us, quietly behind the scenes. Brandy Trossel, who gathers up information night and day for us. Jim Gallagher, our normal stat guy, who's here. He's not really that normal. He's abnormal sometimes, but he's a great job, does a great job on stats. And, of course, my two side kicks here right now, Jeff Thompson, great job tonight, man. Really appreciate all season long. You were the best. And Pat Flannery, great to have you as part of the team.
Thanks, Gary.
Hope
It's
to have you
wonderful
for
to be here.
years to come.
Thank you,
and
buddy.
I'm Gary Sutton. It's been a great job here all day long. This is our final game of the season. We've had a lot of fun bringing it to you. Thanks for watching High School Sports Live TV. And by the way, if you want to watch it again, go to hsslivetv.com. For all of our crew here tonight, I'm Gary Sutton. Once again, the gold medal tonight goes to Lampeter-Strasburg. They're now 27-0, and they head to states 66-57. Have a great evening, everyone.